Hoka, hey, Alita Army. This is Alita Livestream, and welcome. And I'm your host, Muskogee Creek from Denver, Colorado in the United States. And my co-host is Angelus. He's from Brisbane and Queensland, Australia. And we have a very special guest today. I want everybody to just kind of clap your hands for Den. The last 300 is back, and we are lucky enough to get him on the stream here. How's it going, Dan?
Don't clap for me, guys. I'm toxic. I'm pretty good. How you guys been?
I believe in fairies. I believe in fairies. I believe in fairies.
Oh, you're calling me. You literally just called me a fairy. It's my first time being back. You've already insulted me.
That's what you get. That's what you get.
Nah, Dan, we're glad you're back, buddy. Yeah, we are really glad you're back. So anyway, what's been happening, Dan? I think you had a couple of things going there with some kids and all. You want to talk about that just briefly, or you want to just go ahead and move on to the discussion?
Well, no, I mean, I don't know what you mean about a couple things going on with kids. No,
okay.
I have not had kids, nor have I been messing with anyone else's kids.
Oh, no, I don't mean you had. No, I don't
you
mean
know what we're talking about.
No, there's not been much going on. Not much I'll get into on stream or anything like that. But everything's been great, and I just miss talking about Alita. That's all. I miss talking about Alita and Dragon Ball and all that stuff. And
yeah, we're definitely gonna talk about Dragon Ball today, and in addition to a bunch of other universes where what it would take to get a crossover between Alita Battle Angel and just I probably got about 6 or 8 of them at least that we can talk about. So anyway, I guess the first one. Well, first of all, we just want to talk a little bit about Alita herself, and that basically and we all know the story. Everybody on this stream knows this, but Alita is basically set in the year 2563. And, in some of these other universes we're going to be doing crossovers with are going to be in a lot different time frames and that kind of thing. So really it's going to take some stretching in some cases, but we're not going to be limited to movie crossovers. We're going to be talking about anime and manga also. So what would it take, and certainly time travel is going to be involved in well, pretty much all of them. I guess there's a couple that maybe are fairly close in terms of years, in terms of what it would take to get Alita to be in that particular universe. So anyway, Dan, you or Angelus have any thoughts about that?
Well, you mentioned 2563, and actually a long time ago I brought it up with Foxfire. How Halo takes place in 2553, if I'm correct. I think so. It's like something like that. No, it's like 10 years off. And there's a lot in common with Halo and the Alita Universe, which is why we were going to do that whole death battle thing. But Halo ended up getting, the new game ended up getting delayed. That was actually going to be a campaign we were going to do, trying to get them to cross over for death battle, have Master Chief fight Alita. But as I said, Halo got delayed, and that kind of fell through. So other projects took precedent, like getting Alita back in the movie theater, which was about the same time. So, that's actually a really good one right there. So,
oh wow, you're right. Set in the year 2531, the game takes place 21 years prior to the events of Halo Combat Evolved.
Yeah,
Halo Combat Evolved is like 2553. Let me see. I think because there's a lot of different stories in Halo. Hold on.
Yeah, I think that, I think I may have the wrong date on when we get to it. But anyway, we can adjust that. There's no big deal on that one. So, but anyway, and I was hoping Cran would come on because I invited her, so because one of the things that, we're not going to be limited to just like superhero or, strictly sci-fi or something like that. In other words, one of the universes is going to be this one, and that's this Aria Universe. Now, I don't know much about this thing. We talked about it very briefly on a stream with Cran where we were doing her, kind of showing her artwork, and she had one of the pieces of artwork she did was of that character on the left, which is called Alicia. And I'm not sure what these other characters are. That cat that's in the lap of that one, I guess that looks like a cat. It's a president something or other. I'm not sure what it is, but anyway, this thing occurred in the 24th century on Mars. So anyway, it's kind of it's kind of like 200 years, about maybe a little 250 years before Alita. And of course, this is anime, so it's going to be, pretty much anime or manga, because I think Aria is also, a manga-based story too. Dan, do you know anything about this Aria storyline? Or
I've never even heard of it, but I will say that judging by how young and innocent these characters look, they would be the first ones to fucking die in Mars Chronicle in the Alita manga. The one in the middle is getting a bullet through her head. If it's Yukito Kishiro writing this.
Yeah.
The one on the right's getting cut in half, and Alita has to deal with it all.
Anyway, we just had the princess of the Alita army just joined.
Fuck you all. Fuck you all. And especially fuck you, Dan.
Hey, that's a big cranberry.
Hey, man.
Anyway,
greeting I'm used to getting.
Love it.
Yeah.
She comes on. Claws come out.
No,
yeah, Cran doesn't love you if she doesn't say F you. So
That's true. And you got it straight off the bat.
Yeah, exactly. How's Rido doing, Cran?
Doing good.
Cool. Anyway, Cran, you want to tell us a little bit about Aria, because you were absolutely right in that DM you sent to me. The only thing I know about this is I know that character on the left is Alicia, and that's it. That's all I know.
Well, can I start off with the pink haired character on the right is not from Aria. That's from My Love Story.
Oh, well, that shows you definitely.
That shows, well, we're showing my nerdum here.
That's cool. So anyway, tell us a little bit about Aria.
Oh, sorry, I was reading your notes here. It's like a future, I shouldn't say futuristic, but it is set in the future on I forget the word, terraformed Mars, Neo Venice. They basically have recreated Venice there, and it's just a slice of life, day-to-day of these characters wanting to be gondolier. I'm not sure what the word is off the top of my head.
Yeah,
gondoliers.
Yeah.
It's very slice of life, no big battles or anything. You wouldn't even really know it's the future, except some of the mailmen ride little scooters that can go through the sky. That's the most futuristic thing you see.
Well, do any of these characters have boyfriends or what?
Not really. No, it's mainly just about them. The most guys you see is that they do end up making friends with some guys, and it's kind of alluded that they, one girl likes one of them. So it's like they never strictly date or anything. It's more implied, but it's very cute.
Oh, okay. Yeah, Dan made the comment that if Alita was to somehow get into this century, that she'd probably kill half of them.
She wouldn't know what to do. It's like so peaceful. It's like one of those places where if war didn't exist, kind of thing. Like
it's straight. I was saying more like it wouldn't be that Alita would kill them. It'd be more something like Alita would befriend them, and they would show her like a softer side of things, and then Yukito Kishiro, the writer for Alita, would kill them and have Alita watch the entire thing and suffer through it himself.
I've got some friends that absolutely worship this anime. They would be the ones to talk to more about it. That would probably throw a book at you right now for even suggesting that.
That's fine. I've been practicing, just like in dodgeball. I can dodge a wrench, I can dodge a book.
Left, right, left, right.
Go ahead, Cran. I'm sorry.
I was gonna say, if you're looking for like specific crossovers, really the only thing is it's set in the future. And it takes place on Mars, and that's about it. There's absolutely nothing else similar.
Yeah, it's about 250 years before Alita, isn't it? About 250 years, because it's like 2301 or something like that.
I can't remember. I mean, I'm a fan but it's one of those I've seen and read once. I would like to purchase it before I read and watch it again, and it's kind of long.
Now, this one has a manga and an anime, doesn't it? I mean,
yes.
The manga came out in 2001. The anime came out in 2005. Is that right?
Yes, the manga, I can't remember the specific dates, but the first 2 volumes of it went under the title of Aqua before he changed magazines. Then it became Aria. The anime pretty much picks up where Aria starts. So if you just jump into the anime, it might be slightly confusing, although later they go back and cover the first 2 volumes of the manga. About, I think, in the 2nd season. It's been a while. But I like it. Right now, the manga is being re-released in America under collectible hardcover editions, which are very nice. Got some color pages and stuff too. And all of the anime is available in Blu-ray through Right Stuff. The final movie, a movie came out earlier this year in Japan. And I think they've announced one more project that will be the final installment in the anime universe. And the newest stuff goes beyond where the manga went. I haven't seen the newest movie because it's not available outside of Japan yet. Not even on Blu-ray.
No, we'll say this. Muskogee, you were saying that this takes place about 250 years before Alita. Now, are you talking the movie or the manga? Because I remember the manga.
Oh, yeah, that's right. It is different, isn't it? Because yeah, exactly.
It's like 100 years before or something like that. I don't know.
Yeah.
Not to get too technical and nerdy, because that's not what we're doing here. But,
that's right, because Alita's like in the year, in the manga, it's like, I mean, I'm sorry, in the manga, it's like 22 something, isn't it? I can't exactly remember. David, do you know?
2563.
Well, I know that's the movie, but the manga is
that's Halo, David.
Anyway, welcome, Odd John Hoots. How's it going?
We got John on here.
Yeah, we do.
TV.
Oh,
I thought you were my son, but you abandoned me.
No, your son just grew up, man. You're not my dad anymore. That's what happened.
I'm now an orphan, and you've left me with my very strange foster parents that are in here in the chat and in the stream.
I didn't even claim to you. I don't know what you're talking about.
I'm joking, of course.
Okay.
Yeah, Cran Jam is my crazy aunt.
I'm the one that sneaks you the shot at the family dinners.
Yes.
Well, sneak would be the correct word since you're hard.
Go for it.
She sneak attacks me at the dinner table.
Well, she's easy to overlook.
Oh God! It took a minute for me to catch that. Oh my God!
Yeah, exactly.
She probably laughed, didn't she?
Well, I'm letting my inventory for me.
She's like, "Nah, I'm gonna ignore you now."
Yeah, so it's going to take a lot more to get my weekly FU. Gotcha.
Yeah, David usually gets 3 or 4 of those in a week. So I mean, he's So anyway, yeah, go ahead, Don. What's that?
Danny, what the fuck, man? Had to get it off my chest. Sorry. Welcome back, brother man. Welcome back.
So anyway, Cran, this Aria. Now, remember, I think on the stream where we were doing your artwork, I made the comment that this is like a soap opera, but you said it's not exactly like that, is it? It's just the daily lives of these characters.
Right. It's more of a genre of anime that's become popular ever since K-On! Slice of life, where it's focusing on what the characters do day to day. So, there's a bit of, like, quote, drama, but it's more just the characters doing various events. Akira and Alicia and all of them just learning their job, talking about what they want to do in the future, things like that. Meeting people. That is the biggest part of this one, is that they just go out and meet all these different people because they row the boats and they get to talk to these people and they learn their life stories, kind of thing.
Well, they have different companies in this thing too, don't they? I think
Yes.
There's like 4 of them, isn't there, or 5, something like that?
There's 3 main ones that the 3 main characters are all in a different company.
Okay, so they're in different companies and they're friends still. So that's
Yes.
Yeah.
There's no real hostility in this.
So there's no fighting, there's no martial arts or none of that stuff, right?
No, now there's some beautiful rowing. They show you like some rowing techniques if you're into that.
Okay.
I'll put it this way: take about as far as you can get away from Alita, like the polar opposite, and that's kind of close.
Yeah, so you're right. I guess the only thing in common with Alita, this is on Mars, even if it is 250 years before Alita, or 150, depending on the manga, you know.
I told you there was nothing to grab on this one.
Yeah, well, that's all right. That's all right. Actually, Cran, I put this in here because I wanted to get you on the stream, so I figured I could entice you to get in there. Yeah. Okay, well, let's move on, I guess. Here's one now. Definitely.
I'm out.
So anyway.
All right, so I got this one because I've been actually writing a video somewhat similar to this. Yeah, it's comparing. Well, basically, because I've said this many times. I'm not really a big fan of superheroes. Now, I will say this. I watched the Snyder Cut, all 4 hours of it, right, with my wife, and I liked that shit. I'm not gonna lie, I was kind of skeptical about the Snyder Cut, to be honest with you, but I liked it. But this is coming from the guy that liked Man of Steel when no one else liked that movie, and also liked 300 a lot, which no one else liked that movie either. So, but I like the Snyder Cut anyway. Digressing, I actually have a video coming out about this because I'm not a big fan of superheroes, and there's specific reasons that I think I like Dragon Ball and Alita so much, and I was kind of contrasting, some of the things that you find in these superhero stories versus what you find in what are more anti-hero stories, Dragon Ball and Alita. Alita's not a superhero, Goku's not a superhero, so
right. I
think that honestly, Alita would honestly be at odds with these characters in many ways, especially Batman and Superman. You know what I mean? They have a strong sense of justice. She wouldn't fit in very well with them, especially during her Badland era. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah. Yeah, exactly. Matter of fact, we did a stream on this about, what was it, David? About 2 months ago, I guess we did one where we compared her to superheroes. Not because she's a superhero, because I agree with you, she's not. But she does have abilities that are like superhero level, remember on that one stream yours, we've talked about this 2 or 3 times about in her Imaginos body, she can, run near the speed of light. We talked about that discussion we had, where everything behind her was red shifted and everything in front of her was blue shifted, so.
That's a good video we could make, me and you, right there.
All right.
Race, her, Flash, and Superman.
Absolutely, yeah. Yeah, because that's right. We did compare her to Superman and Flash because of the speed, type thing, because, actually the Flash in this universe can actually run faster than the speed of light.
Yeah.
But Superman, I'm not sure about him. I know he can run he can go near the speed of light. I don't know if he can go faster than that. I think in the comic books he can. Okay,
so this is where it gets to be bullshit, right? This is why I kind of like the Snyder movie. Because I know in the original Justice League they had like a race and it was really stupid, and I guess no one won and it just went nowhere. In the Snyder movie they didn't race, but they showed Flash going faster than the speed of light, which I actually like that. By the way, I don't like Flash as a character and I don't like this Flash so much, but I like those scenes a lot. I really like that scene, especially at the speed of light thing. But when it comes to Superman, as a 20-year veteran of the Dragon Ball community, we've been having this debate of Goku versus Superman forever. Yeah. I think it's the funnest and also the most toxic thing that us fans do. And it gets pretty toxic, but it's funny. It depends on what Superman you're talking about. But basically what happened is because Superman got stale and boring because they kept rebooting the same story 5,000 times over and over and over again. They needed some ways to make it more enticing than what the Japanese were putting out. So they basically made Superman incredibly broken, and certain versions of him can go way beyond the speed of light and all kinds of shit. There's supposed to be like no upper limit. But if you're talking about like the movie, I don't think he can go faster than the speed of light, to be honest with you. I think Flash is faster than him in the Snyder movie.
I think so. Yeah, in the comic book, those two actually race each other, and I think they run around the world or something like that. And Flash beats him by like 10 feet or something like that. You know.
Really?
So yeah, I think so, and I can't remember what volume that was and that sort of thing. But I kind of agree with you on Flash. I mean, I like the Flash okay as a character, but I think my biggest problem I had with the theatrical release of the Justice League is I think they really mistreated the Flash quite a bit, because in the comic books anyway, he's not a guy that trips over his own feet all the
He's not a
time.
kid.
Yeah,
I don't remember him being a kid in the cartoon show. That's what I remember. The cartoon, the Justice League. He was an adult like the rest of them. You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So so I think they kind of misrepresented him. I think in that first movie, or in that theatrical the Josh Whedon version. But in the Snyder cut, they did him a little better, although he's still
a lot better.
Yeah, they did him. They did. But he did. Kind of trip one time or whatever. But
the thing was because they weren't trying to be all goofy with it. Like, it's because here's Snyder. I don't read the comic books that Snyder adapts, so that's why I like Man of Steel, because I didn't really read Superman. A lot of the Superman fans didn't like Man of Steel because it's so different. I've heard that Watchmen the movie is different from the Watchmen the comic book and stuff. I don't know, so I never read it. But from what I know, Snyder does take liberties with things. Like, he does Snyder shit with his adaptations, I think that was making Flash young. It was just Snyder doing more Snyder shit. But I think he handled it pretty fucking well, to be honest. I think Snyder's a good director. I like the shit that he does. A lot of people call him an edgelord and shit like that. And yeah, they're right. But I don't know. I kind of like what he does. And I think how they did him in the Snyder Cut was way better. Like, here's... Not to get in the Snyder Cut too much, but I'm going to get in the Snyder Cut because I've not been on Twitter for fucking months, so I've not had a chance to talk about it.
Months?
Go for it, man.
Months? You're almost gone for like more than half a year.
I have no idea how long it's been, but
it's been a long while.
It's been a minute, But when I started watching the Snyder Cut, right? So here's how it usually goes with me and my wife. My wife loves movies. She loves superhero movies. We'll turn on a movie. If I'm not paying attention within the first 10 minutes, I'm doing something else. I'm on Facebook. I'm up fucking mopping the floor or something. I don't know. With the Snyder Cut, I got into it, and here's the very immediate thing I noticed about it. I immediately said, this feels like the Lord of the Rings. 10 minutes into it. I'm not talking about the length. I'm talking about the whole vibe of it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
The original one didn't have that feel of an epic. It you know what I mean? Maybe it could be the color palette or something like that. The way it's edited, because I know it's edited much longer. There's much longer shots in the Snyder Cut versus the Whedon cut, which is the shots are cut much shorter. But I just noticed that immediately it had this feel of Return of the King. Like, I felt like I was going to sit down. Yeah, scale. I guess that's a really good way to put it right there. So I don't know. I forgot where I was going with that, but that's one thing I noticed, and I liked it a lot.
Yeah. Oh, I
still haven't finished it. I'm like,
I love
gravitas. That's a good way to put it. Gravitas. That is a good way to put it right there. It felt like it had more to it, But no, it's good actually.
Yeah, I've seen the Snyder Cut twice, and I liked it. I really liked it a lot. But
yeah, and here's the thing: like, people complain about, it's too fucking long, but it's broken up into like 5 or 6 parts. You can watch it like a mini-series. These are the same. This is the same fucking generation that'll sit and watch The Office 30 times in a binge on Netflix.
Right?
You know what I mean? Like, we can't watch this fucking movie in parts in the way it's edited,
Yeah, I hate it when people do that. I have a buddy of mine who's like, he doesn't like watching movies. He's like, I'm like, why do you like watching movies? He's like, I don't like having to just sit there for 2 hours. I'm like, bro, you will binge like 5 episodes of the season. Don't even start with me. And I've noticed that episodes and shows usually they're around at least the way it used to be, is around 20 minutes to 30 minutes. Now they're like 45 minutes to an hour. Almost every episode.
It depends. There's different kinds of shows, you know what I mean? And
right.
Breaking Bad was always like 50 minutes, without commercials.
But I love that.
Breaking
Bad I don't mind that at all.
And by the way, I'm not taking shots at The Office. I just picked something off the top of my head. So for all the Office fans, don't get mad.
But I agree with you, though, Dan. I mean, I loved Man of Steel. I thought that was good. I like Batman versus Superman, too. I like that one,
I saw that when I was a Job Corps.
Yeah,
I've not seen it since.
Snyder, just, to me, I don't know, because here's the thing. I know Snyder gets a lot of criticism for being an edgelord and showing naked dudes and all that stuff, but The thing about it is, it's kind of like one of the things that really attracts me to Dragon Ball and Black Hawk Down. I just love the fact that he pays a lot of attention to the warrior spirit. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Especially 300. Like, I'm not gonna lie, that 300 really fucking like. I
I
loved that fucking movie. As a
I love
kid,
that movie
you know what I mean?
too. God, I loved it. Yeah.
My mom actually, I can't remember what the circumstance was, but back when I was, I think, like 12 or 11, or whenever the movie came out, she really wanted me to see 300 because at the time I was doing some kind of like Greek mythology. I don't even know. It had something to do with the Spartans. I wish I could remember the context of it, but she, as you know, if I did it all and I completed it, she'd let me watch 300. And so I was like,
Oh, okay.
yeah. So it's not grown on me as much. I've kind of faded away from it now, but I remember me watching it, and she picked up the. You might even have this then. I don't know, but I think it's the graphic novel. It's like
Yes.
it's almost in the format that the Alita movie art book is. It's this really wide, long book. It's all colored. It's beautiful, and it's that one item that I wish I had not left at my father's house because it's still there. It's still there, sitting there, collecting dust. It sucks.
You know, there's two lines in that 300 I absolutely loved, and one of them was
Wait. I need to
Okay.
ask: are
You
those
can-
lines spoken or are they yelled?
well, I don't want to yell them.
Are they yelled or are they spoken?
They're both yelled, you know. But exactly, I love that movie too, though I really do. But the two lines rather that I liked in that one is that when when they threw that spear at that guy from long range and hit him, and he said, "Lay down your weapons," and he said, "Persians, come and get them." That's
Yes.
actually. That was actually that has some historical context to it.
Yeah.
Malone
That's
Labe.
what he actually said. He said something similar to that.
Yeah.
And
Well,
then
'cause
the
the
other
whole thing
line,
about I was just gonna say really quick. The whole thing about ancient Sparta was like brevity and wit. You know what I mean? I know you guys have an idea of what I'm talking about.
Yep.
They had this
Yeah.
real big thing for wit, and I know there's like a very famous line from Sparta where it was like someone, I think it was a Persian sending it to Sparta. So I'm like, I don't remember. I'm not a historian. I just thought it was cool.
Yeah.
And they're like, if we break through your lines, and we'll be able to conquer your whole land. And then the
Yeah.
Spartans replied to them with just the word, if.
Yeah, that's right.
And I love that.
Yeah, exactly. And another line was when they're, that first attack, and Leonidas looks back at his men and he says, "Give them nothing, but take from them everything."
Everything. Yeah.
I love that.
It was just a great choice by Zack Snyder to have Gerard Butler yell everything.
Yes.
Speak nothing, yell everything.
Yeah,
I love that.
exactly.
It's a great fucking movie. But we were off on a tangent. I'm sorry.
Yeah, that's all right.
Well, not quite, because excuse me for a sec. Like, despite the whole time travel thing, there's one particular crossover that I probably wouldn't even sort of mind exploring, because I mean, obviously, to sort of make it somewhat even, you'd probably have her in a maybe her doll body, berserker body tops, but I mean,
Dude, I don't
I
think
don't
that Alita would try to fight the Spartans. I think Alita would try to take over and use them as a personal army. That's what I can see happening. She
well,
would
she's
go
already
back.
got one.
She would go back, right? And she would impress them with all the shit that she can do, and they'd be like, "Damn, this one's fucking dope." And then
Yeah.
she'd be like, "All right, y'all are my army now." And then she'd just march throughout all of fucking Greece and Macedonia and whatever the fuck, Persia,
Yeah.
and just take over everything.
Like her fighting style, spirit. It's definitely, she'd slot right in if there was like a human version of her in the Spartan army. I mean, she'd probably be the only female Spartan to be allowed to fight on the front lines. But still,
Hey, they treated the females well in Sparta, you know.
Yeah. Well, for a crossover to happen between these two universes, there'd have to be some serious time travel. So,
Well, knowing Yukito Kishiro and how into like sci-fi and fucking theoretical physics and all that shit, he'll
Yeah.
find some way to get it done.
Yeah, he
And
would.
he loves like ancient stories and warrior culture and all that shit. Like if you've read Last Order, you'll see how much he's put in from modern militaries and Bruce Lee and the karate space wars and shit like that. So this is not far off from something that would happen, you know.
Well, Dan, you'd be happy to know that Angelus and I have both read through not just the original manga, but the Last Order, and I've read halfway through the Mars Chronicles. I think Angelus has read all of it, but yeah, I've read that shit, you know, and I loved it.
All right, so now that we're here, rank them. Rank each series.
I think I like the Last Order better, you know. But it's close, you know, than the original manga, but it's really close. And I haven't gotten all the way through the Mars Chronicles yet, so I really can't form a good opinion. I've liked what I've read so far, but you know, I really can't fairly rank it, you know. But I would say I like Last Order just a little bit better than the original manga, but it's not much.
Okay.
It's just, for me, it's the way that, I guess it's the time that I started reading the manga, in the context that Kishiro just got better and better as time went on. So for me, obviously, Last Order was better than the first few volumes, arcs, if you want to put it that way. And obviously, Mars Chronicle isn't even complete yet, but already I'm impressed just by the first 6 volumes.
Dude,
so
it's
it'll be
dark. Mars Chronicle is weird because it has the simplest art style when it comes to like the character designs. You know what I mean? It's not that, I don't know. It looks like it could fit. The character designs could fit more with like, I don't know, just any normal teenager cartoon. But like, there's like some fucking dark shit in that one. It's like deceptively dark. You know, you'd see the covers and be like, oh, okay, this is like a teenage comic book here. And then, you know, you open it up and you're like, oh, okay, well. He's trying to figure out if these orphans are little girls or little boys, and, you know, that scene.
Yeah, those. Well, in that Mars Chronicle, that doctor that was running around in that van, I guess he picked him up, didn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Vegemite, yes.
Yeah, the Vegemite. I remember y'all did that Vegemite challenge.
Oh shit, yeah. That and pineapple on pizza.
Y'all still haven't figured that out, huh?
No, we haven't. No, not really. It's about half and half, I think. You know, the last 2 Radio Chaos streams we've had, you know, we had Tilly Lockey, you know, on a couple of weeks ago, and last weekend we had Lita Caligrutis on, and we asked both of them if they liked pineapple and pizza, and Tilly doesn't like pineapple on pizza. But Alita, she didn't have a strong opinion, you know, because I think she's like a vegan or something, didn't she, Angelus? I can't remember now.
That's correct, yeah.
Yeah. So she didn't have a really strong opinion about that, you know, so.
Well, I'll still argue that she was leaning for instead of leaning against, because it was a Greek that made the idea of pineapple on pizza famous from Canada, I believe, actually. A Canadian migrant from Greece, but yeah.
Well,
So
I don't think that makes it any better. I mean, it still sucks. I mean, I don't care who made it.
Oh, Den doesn't like pineapple on pizza. Holy crap.
I mean, tomatoes are fruits, right?
He also thinks that 18's a better waifu than Alita, but
yeah.
Well, I just like, you know, go on evidence. You know, you haven't seen Alita be a wife yet in the movie. And in the manga, she gets everyone around her killed, so that's not a very good wifely quality. You know what I mean? So.
Yeah, we talked about her, and not just her, but other cyborgs and androids, and even maybe 3 different robots, you know, about comparing Alita to them. Not so much them fighting, you know, but, you know, just comparing, you know, that kind of thing. And, you know, one of the things we couldn't answer, Dan, I don't, well, maybe I can save this for the Dragon Ball thing, but there was a question we couldn't answer on that, but you probably will be able to. So, but anyway, any of you guys, or you, Cran, I know Cran doesn't she doesn't go for superheroes too much. But any more thoughts on the DCEU?
No, just the fact that she might spar some of them in a manner of speaking, but I don't think she'd really fight any of them. Like I could definitely
I think
see her
Superman
going.
would try to kick her ass. I mean, I can see that because, I mean, honestly, if she had a reason to, she would probably be running around their unit, depending on which version of Alita it is. You know, if it's Badlands Alita, she'd probably be running around just like fucking shit up, like, you know, taking people out, sniping people and shit. And Batman would be like, "Oh, that's wrong. You're hurting people." That'll be a reason for them to fight. You know.
Yeah. But now, you know, the Alita and the Imaginos body, particularly that Imaginos 2.1 body, she could hang with any of them, I think, you know.
Yeah.
But if she's in the Berserker body or the tuned body, yeah, she's going to have a rough time. Maybe she could take Batman, maybe, you know, or maybe be on the even keel with Cyborg, you know. But I think the rest of them would be pretty tough for her, you know. But
Well, this is also considering that, you know, what I call dropping them in a vacuum. Now, with time, preparation, and knowledge, you know, Batman himself went toe-to-toe with Superman and obviously beat him at one stage.
Yeah.
So there's no reason why Alita couldn't achieve that. But again, I don't think it'd get to that stage. I mean, I was about to say the same thing about Batman, but eventually he realized his mistake, albeit a little bit too late. But yeah, like it's not within the realms of possibilities, but dropped straight in a vacuum, unless she's in her Imaginos 2.1, you know, I don't really see her. Like, she'd be more relegated to like a bit of a Black Widow role sort of thing.
Yeah. You know, Just a Fan just pointed out something about, you know, tuned Alita and Aquaman in the Badlands. That'd be a little bit like when Aquaman and Mira was in the desert, wouldn't it? I mean, it'd be kind of similar in some ways to that, I think.
Yeah, wouldn't Aquaman die in the desert? I don't know. I don't know much about Aquaman. I saw the movie.
Yeah.
I was drunk, though, so.
Yeah, well, no, he didn't die, but you know, I'm not sure. I don't know a lot about Aquaman, you know, at all, you know, but you know, I know a little bit more about Shazam and Green Lantern and the rest of them, you know, Wonder Woman, those folks, you know, I know more about them. But, you know, I think I mentioned this a couple of weeks ago. I've only read like 2 comic books in the past 50 years. So, you know, really, the comic book thing is kind of beyond me. So most of my knowledge at this point, you know, is from movies. So.
You know, I was wondering, why didn't they have the Green Lantern in the Justice League movie? Because I remember the Green Lantern being a big deal in the whatchamacallit, in the TV show, in the cartoon when I was a kid.
Yeah, I'm not sure about that, you know, why that was. You know, I know one thing, I think that Ryan Reynolds and, you know, in DC had a little pissing contest going, I guess. But, yeah, I don't know what that was all about. You know, but I know they're going to come out with the Green Lantern Corps. I know they're going to do that. But that's.
I don't know who would have made a great Green Lantern.
Who's that?
Michael J. White.
Yes, he would. He'd make. Yeah. Yeah, he would actually, wouldn't he? That guy's buff too, man. He's
yeah, and he's not a young guy either, you know. No. So,
but I tell you what, though, I remember seeing him. He was in, you know, he was in that last Dark Knight Rises, or not Rises, but you know, whatever, the one where the
you're right.
Yeah, and I tell you what, that guy, yeah, he's a little older, but I'm telling you, man, this guy looks really good. You know, so he does. Yeah, absolutely.
No, I think that would have been cool because, I remember Green Lantern in the show. He was one of the more serious characters. I watched a fair amount of the cartoon. You know what I mean? So I know a little bit, but
yeah.
Well, who else we have for what else we got for a crossover?
Well, we got. Let me get to it here. Here's one that you should know about, Den.
Let's see. Dragon Ball.
You bet.
So for Alita in Dragon Ball, so what are we talking about for a crossover? Like fighting or just like
No,
episode together or
just
something?
being in the being in the same universe, you know.
Honestly, I'm gonna be real honest with you. If it's written to be true to the characters, it'll be the most boring crossover ever because Goku is not a superhero and Alita
Yeah.
could go and tear through the Badlands and do whatever the fuck she wants, and he won't give a shit until she gets strong enough to challenge him.
Yeah.
If she's not strong enough to challenge him, he'll just fucking sit back and eat food and farm radishes. He just doesn't give a fuck. But if she's strong, if she's like in her Imaginos body, then that'll pique his interest, and then they'll become best fucking friends.
Yeah. Well, what about Vegeta? You know, because he's kind of the antithesis of Goku, isn't he?
Yeah, but he's also even more of an anti-hero. He definitely wouldn't give a shit about Alita unless she was strong enough to do anything. However, the little guy on the right there, the bald dude,
Yeah.
he likes cyborgs. He sleeps with cyborgs. So
Well,
that
he
might
can-
actually be a
Yeah.
that might be a problem there. That'll be an interesting story right there. I guess
Well, he-
cyborgs like him too, you know?
Yeah. Well, he married
kinda-
Android 18, didn't he?
Yeah. He actually did have a kid with her. So that'll be an interesting story since Alita tends to like guys who are much weaker than her and should absolutely stand no chance up against her. I think Krillin fits into that. You know, he's kind of like a Hugo, you know, a little weak guy. So I think that'll be an interesting little love triangle there, you know? Alita shows up, and all of a sudden she's like, man, look at that beautiful bald head. And then Android 18's like, no, that's my bald head. And, and then from there, we get to see a good fight between 18 and Alita.
Yeah. Well, I know if Alita's going to fight Android 18,
That'd fight.
she better have that Imaginos body.
Yeah.
She's not going to be able to handle her at all in the Berserker.
That fight would pique Goku's interest.
It'll pique a lot of interest. A lot
Well,
of fan art on that one.
he and Vegeta would probably, they would watch that fight with interest, wouldn't they, to see what would happen, you know?
Just to see what happens. Oh,
Yeah.
I think my toenail just fell off. Give me a second.
Uh-oh.
I've been doing a lot of fucking running, and I guess I've not been taking care of my feet. And yeah, I guess my toenail. I wash my feet. Okay, I wash
I'd
my
hope
feet.
so.
But, you know, that's not what I mean by taking
Not
care
the,
of. But I don't know.
Dirty
I think,
toes.
Yeah, it just fell off.
It's such a random thing to say. Oh, I think my toenail fell off. It's like,
Right.
Yeah, it's been fucking up recently, man.
You know, when you say Vegeta, I can't help but think of Vegemite and fajitas.
That's what I've always been saying, man. I'm about to go make some Vegetas. I'm about to make some
Yeah.
fajitas, man.
Anyway,
Yeah.
didn't Android 18, didn't she break Vegeta's leg or his arm or something when she fought?
Vegeta's arm.
Yeah, broke his arm.
Always his arm.
Out of him.
She was the first character. Android 18 was the first character to defeat a Super Saiyan in the entire franchise
BRB.
on screen.
Yeah.
And it's one of the best scenes. It's really powerful. It's really some shit that Zack Snyder would have written in one of his movies because Vegeta's whole ethos is, you know, the whole warrior thing. You know what I mean? Like the Saiyans are literally space Spartans. They're Spartans from space. They're warrior culture, all of that, you know? And even like the Spartans, you know, if the child is weak or sickly, the child is outcast, you know?
Yeah.
And Vegeta was the prince. He was the royalty of the Saiyans. And seeing Goku become a Super Saiyan before him and surpass him, that was supposed to be his royal bloodline, you know? And so finally he becomes a Super Saiyan. You know, he feels like he's stronger than Goku. He's gotten his royalty back. He's gotten his warrior pride back. And then on his first major fight out as a Super Saiyan, Android 18 comes and breaks his arm. And the thing that broke the most wasn't his arm, it was his pride. Because that character for the next 3 days in the show stared up at rain. I actually love this scene. I love this scene. And actually, because Vegeta has the best speeches in all of Dragon Ball, and he starts sitting there wondering and pontificating, like, is technology better than my own physical prowess? Like, am I is a mere machine gonna come along and beat me and take everything I've worked for my entire life? Because Android 18 was just a young girl that was turned into a cyborg. You know,
Yeah.
her being called an android is actually a translation error, but she's actually a cyborg. But she was just a young girl that had technology put into her body and became powerful. Whereas Vegeta's from a warrior race. and worked his entire life, and she just comes and snaps his arm in fucking half, really breaking his pride. And I actually love that scene a lot.
Yeah. Well, yeah, that's something that a lot of folks don't know, that Android 18 is not an android. She's a cyborg. But yeah, exactly. But didn't she punch Goku through a mountain or something? We talked about that last weekend, but
No, she never fought Goku.
I thought she punched him or something, one time, maybe not, but
No, Goku punched Krillin, and then Android 18 had to take care of him because he was all like, "Hey, buddy, you've gotten really strong. Let me see how strong you've gotten. I dare you to punch me in the face." And he punched him in the face through a mountain, and then she comes and bandages him up and all that shit, and he looks really weak in front of his wife. You can't do that, man.
Okay,
even
so
if you are
Goku-
weaker than,
Yeah, go ahead.
even if you are weaker than your wife, you can't show it. Okay.
yeah.
That's just the rule.
So Goku actually punched Krillin through the mountain. Then that's where it was.
Yeah.
Okay, because we got it bass backwards last weekend, I think. So
No, it's a really good show. I love the themes of just hard work and being a warrior. I mean, that's why I made a gym in my house, and I've got fucking just Goku pictures all around it. So it's just it's a show that it's like Alita. You know what I mean? Like Alita and Dragon Ball. Neither of them are really that unique when it comes to stories, but there's just themes and certain just intangibles that they hit on that that really resonate with me. You know what I mean?
yeah.
Alita has that a lot too. Actually, I think there's a character that she's most like. She's actually, because the thing about it is Dragon Ball is really the grandfather of shonen. It's really the show that started an entire genre of anime, and honestly, if it wasn't for Dragon Ball, Alita probably wouldn't have gotten its film the way it did. You know what I mean? Dragon Ball really opened the door for anime in the West, and there are you can see some subtle influences there in the Alita manga from Dragon Ball, and I think that when it comes to the archetypes, Goku really is a new kind of archetype. When it comes to stories and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But Goku's son, Gohan, because Goku's like the happy warrior. Like he doesn't give a shit about anything. He wants to fight. He doesn't fight because he's angry at you. He fights you because he likes to fight. Doesn't matter if you're a good guy, bad guy, whatever. And then his son is very physically gifted, but kind of has that timidity. You know what I mean? And you see that a lot with Alita. Alita's more of a character like that, but she's also more of kind of a character kind of like Vegeta as well. You know what I mean? Just I guess a lot of the broken aspects of the sides of being a warrior that you don't really get to see a lot. And I guess you didn't used to get to see a lot in a lot of action media. You know what I mean? Back in the day, it was Schwarzenegger tearing through 100 bad guys. These days you get a little bit more introspective, especially in the Japanese stuff. And she kind of would be more like Goku's first son, and a cross between that and Vegeta.
Yeah.
I guess when it comes to that kind of stuff.
Well, I guess any crossover though with Alita and Dragon Ball, it'd be best off in the anime, wouldn't it? Because the movie, from what I never saw the movie, but I heard it was pretty awful. So, did you see the movie? Dan, did you? The movie with
That shall never be mentioned again.
Oh, you're talking about the live action movie?
Yeah.
That terrible fucking piece. Guess who owned that shit too? Guess who owned the rights to that?
I had no idea.
Guess who owned the rights to Alita?
Joss Whedon, I don't know.
No, not Joss Whedon.
Wow,
Fox.
really?
Yeah.
Really?
Yes. So,
Holy crap.
Disney technically holds the rights. Actually, I think the rights might have lapsed in 2019 because I know if you don't do something with the property in like 10 years or something like that, then the rights go back. I don't really know how it works, but yeah. So it was Fox that came out with that Dragon Ball Evolution movie, and Fox who also did the Alita movie. Not the same people, of course, but that crossover is not far off if you really want to think about it. Well, I guess Fox is dead.
Well,
now,
here's how I see this crossover going. Definitely Alita 18 would be fighting. Vegeta would get PTSD from when 18 broke his arm. Goku would be laughing his head off and watching it, eating a thing of popcorn or meat. And Krillin would be like, "Holy shit! I hope they don't kill each other." And it's like 3 days later, when they're still fighting, it's like, "This is getting boring. Let's just do something else." And yeah, I don't know.
fighting doesn't get boring. That's another thing too that I really liked about Alita too, is that she is a character that really did like fighting at first. I think she kind of got over that shit later on in the manga, if I'm correct. But I think that right there would endear her to the Saiyans in the show, you know?
Yeah.
Because that's all they live for. Goku can't even hold a proper job because he likes fighting and training too much. So,
So he'd rather practice martial arts than to work.
oh yeah, absolutely. They in the show it's funny because they only come into money on accident. But he doesn't give a shit about fame, doesn't give a shit about anything. And that's what makes him an anti-hero, too, is the fact that he's only out to find a good challenge. That's it. It doesn't matter if you're a bad guy or a good guy. He saves the world incidentally. But in like the last arc, he fought a superhero, basically a Superman archetype. He fought a superhero, is who he's going after. And almost doomed the entire universe in doing it, you know? I like that. I like that the character doesn't always have to be a goody two-shoes, you know?
Yeah.
And he'll kill you, too. There was like this weird thing in the West, in the Western translations of Dragon Ball, that Goku doesn't like to kill and stuff. Goku doesn't give a shit about killing. He spares people, but usually spares them because they're strong and they're a good challenge, and he'd like to fight them again, you know? More of like the Alita Jashugan kind of respect. You know, Alita... She really got that respect for Jashugan after they fought. It's the same thing for Goku and Vegeta. Goku spared Vegeta not because Vegeta was going to change his heart. Goku doesn't think that deeply. He spared Vegeta because Vegeta was the biggest challenge he had ever had in his life. Goku literally says, I thought I had gotten as strong as as a man could possibly get, and then I fought him, and that just showed me that there's a door to new heights of power. Leave him alive. I need to fight him again. I need a rematch. That's the kind of thing Alita would have said. You know what I mean? Back in, you know, especially the Motorball arc, you know? That really endears me to those kinds of characters.
Yeah. Well, Alita very much is a happy warrior, isn't she? At least in the I guess in the movie or in the manga, I guess she is.
Before she becomes the last one.
Yeah, before the last
film.
I don't know about happy. She came across to me as depressed throughout most of Toon, but I mean,
she's definitely not happy.
Yeah, not happy in the sense of being happy, but I mean, she enjoys doing it. I mean, she enjoys.
Oh, you mean just just enjoying battle? Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I can agree with that. I mean,
well,
you could even argue she just likes killing people, but I mean, you know.
I think it's more because that's just the only thing that it was in her nature, and when people do things that are in their nature, they feel at home. And her being someone who was lost and didn't have any memory, didn't know where she fit in, did something where she felt at home. You know what I mean? You know how they talk about a flow state, right? Doing something and enjoying it for the sake of doing it. You know what I mean? Not because you're going to get anything else out of it. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know, like you understand, like when it comes to powerlifting, right, Gary?
Yeah.
You powerlift for the sake of powerlifting, not because you're going to get money or because you're going to look good, because you enjoy powerlifting.
Yes.
You get in a flow state. And I think that's really what Alita was tapping into right there. She was doing something that I guess brought her back a piece of her old self, and that's what she was finding there.
Yeah. Yeah, I've had friends ask me if when I've competed, are you going to win? You know, and I'd say, I don't know, maybe. I just just like competing. You know, I mean, I just like doing it. So anyway, same thing with her, I think.
By the way, I got that squat rack, Gary. Remember I talked about that a while back?
About what's that now?
Remember I talked to you a while back. I was telling you I wanted to get a squat rack.
Oh yeah, I remember that. Yeah,
I went and got that shit finally. It was a great investment.
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw the picture of your gym, your garage. As someone said.
Yeah, man.
Oh, did you convert your garage to a gym then?
Yeah, apparently that's frowned upon in this neighborhood too. Somewhere in the HOA papers, it was like, you have to park at least one car in your garage. And I'm like, what? I didn't see that shit. And then,
that's retarded.
Yeah. I was mad.
Sorry, maybe not the best choice of words, but I mean, I can't think of any other to use.
Yeah, I wasn't happy after that. But I got a lot of good neighbors, and they don't give a shit, and they did the same thing too, so whatever.
You're kind of out in the boondocks, though. I don't think they'd even care.
No, a lot of people don't care. It's only one guy. It's literally
Of course.
only one fucking guy. And I'm just like, dude,
Right.
why are you doing your best to make all of your neighbors hate you? I will never understand that shit, you know? But,
You know, I don't think it'd be a problem anyway. If they hear you out there shooting guns, I don't think they're going to be bothering you about your gym. But that's just my opinion.
Hey, stop it. Hold on, my dog's going crazy. Give me.
Nice.
Yeah.
I got a new puppy I got my wife a puppy for Christmas, and now he's getting big as shit really fast.
I'm about to say puppy. That doesn't sound like a puppy to me.
He's 6 months old, but he's growing like crazy. He's actually taller than my other dog, than my older dog. He's not bigger than him, but he's taller than him now. Hey, come here. Stop it.
What kind of dog is he, Dan?
An Australian Shepherd.
Oh, okay.
Ooh.
You can kind of see him in my last video. He was a small little puppy then.
Yeah, I looked at
Oh yeah.
I have to look at it again.
The Christmas video
Yeah, that's when we got him. We got him for Christmas, and
or the New Year's video.
It was supposed to be a Christmas video, that it took long.
I can't remember when it came out.
It came out like 3 days after Christmas, I think.
Anyway, guys, let me interrupt. Just I'm being a bad host. So I want to welcome
Go ahead.
Kunstler99. He's been sitting there. So how's it going, Kunstler?
How you
Doing
doing,
good.
man?
What's up, Dad? You motherfucker.
That's the second time tonight.
I got the first one.
Yeah, Gran got the first
Yeah,
one.
dude.
Oh, just wait till Ray pops in. He'll really have something to say, I'm sure.
Yeah, man. Where's he been too? Shit, I'm
Where
just
is
waiting
Ray?
for fucking
Where have you been? Where have you
fucking
been?
Dizzy.
That's what I'm sitting wondering.
fucking dizzy. I'm waiting for him, man. He's gonna come and give me some shit. He already posted Brokeback Mountain. Tagged me in that
I don't know. I think he's wondering where his son is. Wink, wink.
shit.
I'm just saying.
I'm right here, guys. I'm right here.
I'm just
Well,
saying. Some things have been completed, or just I feel complete now that you're back. So
Right, man.
I'm kind
Oh
of,
my
I'm
God.
kind of back. I'm not gonna say I'm like back, because here's the thing. I'm incredibly fucking busy. I've made some massive changes in my life, and this is really where my absence has come from. Like, I literally just one day locked myself in a room for like a fucking month and just absolutely gutted my entire life. The only thing I still have is like my house and my wife. You know what I mean? And it's been for the positive. It's not like it's like a dark place or nothing like that. But I just really needed to make some changes, and so I can't say that I'm back. And you know what I mean? But I just wanted to come and fucking talk, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
I mean,
Well, we're glad you did, man. I mean, we missed you. You know. By the way, you and I do need to collaborate on a video so that we can do that.
yeah.
Sometimes simplicity is a good thing.
Yeah.
Here's the
or
thing,
off-
like I started writing that video about just comparing Alita and Goku as anti-heroes to superheroes. You know what I mean? So,
Yeah.
if you want to get involved with that one, that'd be cool.
Cool. Yeah.
You need to.
Yeah. We can shoot DMs back and forth.
But
So
don't be mad
anything
if
else?
I'm not
Go ahead.
around a lot. I would say don't be mad if I'm not around a lot, because honestly, like even just today, you know what I mean? It was kind of difficult getting the time to just hop on and
Yeah.
to really.
I mean, man, with all the shit that's going on, I don't blame you, frankly.
I literally stepped out of work to jump on stream to say, "What's up, motherfucker?" Like,
Dude, thank you, man. It's good to hear from you too. You're always funny as shit on stream too. So
It was, man, there's been I don't know how much y'all have already told him because I kind of jumped in late, but there's a lot that's happened. I mean, I don't know if you've heard about the Calagritas stream, but
dude, one of the reasons why I've not dropped my video that I was supposed to drop months and months and months ago, actually just the other day I realized how long ago I was supposed to drop that video, but one of the reasons why I haven't dropped the video on the Alita Army is because I realized I've missed so much, and all of that information is going to be completely outdated. You know what I mean? So,
you never know.
Well,
I
not
think
completely
it's
outdated, I think.
There's a lot that, I mean, we've learned some things, that's for sure. I've watched that video probably about 3 times now, and I don't, it's long, but if you ever get a chance to check it out, I think you'll be pretty happy since you love Tuned as much as you do. I know it made my ears glow. I was very happy about it.
Yeah.
Well, apparently you would have been in the first movie if Caligrutus had a way.
Hmm.
Yeah, Dan, we actually played couple of your videos on one of our streams here way back. One
Really?
video about who was the best man for Alita. We played that one, so that's pretty cool.
Oh, thank you, man. I actually really liked that video, other than the fact that the music was way too loud because I fucking rushed it out. But
The only
yeah,
thing
man.
that re-release did not feel the same with you gone. I'm just gonna put that out there now.
Yeah.
To be
happened?
known, you were dearly missed, sir.
Oh, thank you, man. No, like I said, it feels strange, you know what I mean, not being involved and talking about the shit that I love, you know what I mean, and not being on fucking Xbox and shit. But at the same time, I do have to say, like, it is kind of good to just disconnect and be off the grid for a bit too, you know what I mean?
You have to. Every now and then you
So-
have. I mean, I kind of did that about a week ago, and it was nice. It wasn't long,
Yeah.
but
That's what
You know,
she
so
said.
I think.
God, you
I
and your
think-
fucking pineapple pizza looking ass. I swear.
I think really what it is that you just need balance. You know what I mean? And here's
Yes.
the thing, like I think this is gonna be the only social media that I keep is my Twitter and my YouTube channel. Other than that, everything else is getting fucking deleted.
How'd you like all those invites I've been sending you on the DM?
Dude, I bet his
I know, it's
inbox was
crazy.
like.
It's nuts. I'm trying to go through it, to be honest with you. There's a lot. There's a lot in there.
Yeah, it was.
Oh my God! I kept thinking. Did you check out the hashtags that said "Where is Den"?
Are you fucking serious?
There's so much under that.
Yeah.
He's like, wait,
no,
hold
I
up.
actually didn't see that hashtag.
Yeah,
I really didn't see any of that.
I made that up. I made that up, by the way.
you did.
Nice.
No, I didn't
Yep.
see any of that, man. I'm really sorry for being gone, guys, and I'm really sorry for
You're
disappearing
good.
in the way that I did. But there was just something that I needed to do, and I just it was real important, So
Like, we were just happy that we just found out you weren't dead. Like,
Right?
Yeah.
I kind of wonder. I was like,
Like,
damn, did he get caught in
we
that
were just
hurricane?
like,
Got
did
the
he
cove.
die because there was, there was nothing. There was.
It was
yeah,
2020. That's the reason we were concerned.
Yeah, like
2020, it's 2020's terrible little sister, 2021,
Yes.
things are even worse.
Yeah.
But,
I have to ask though, and I won't bug you much more, but please tell me, did you get to see the re-release or did you not? I'll be sad.
no, I
I'm
didn't
curious.
get to see the re-release.
Ah!
Oh,
Unfortunately,
damn it! I had a feeling.
Yeah, I didn't get.
Well,
to
don't feel
see it.
bad. I guess that's how most of the folk across the world that are in the elite army probably feel.
But here's the thing: I did see it in theaters a lot during the first release, but no, I didn't get to see the re-release. This at that time, I
Damn.
think if I think the re-release was at the time that I think it was, then because I remember I was around right before that trying to get it re-released.
Yeah, it was about
You
2
know,
weeks before.
Yeah, I think that was about the time where I just went into that room for a month. You know what I mean, and had to just clear my shit. You know what I mean, so. I didn't do anything.
had
A lot of people were wondering where the fuck I was. People in my daily life too. So
Yeah.
He
anyway,
had a
Dan,
Walt
you're
Whitman moment.
Dan, you're welcome on our stream anytime you want to come on. Just
oh, definitely.
yeah. And then if you ever want to start streaming again, we'll work out an arrangement. It's
No, probably not, to be honest with you. I loved streaming. That was actually one of the things I looked forward to the most in my week. But I just don't have the time right now, and I'm really working hard to a very special goal. By the end of the year. And,
Okay.
I've got a. It's gonna be the hardest, most difficult thing I've ever done in my life, and it's one of the hardest things a person in general can ever do in their life. Like I'm talking about 90%, 99% of the people that try this fail, and I'm not trying to be that 99%. So I'm gonna spend the entire year fucking preparing for this shit, and that's just I had to cut a lot of fat in my life. You know what I mean? But I'm glad you picked up the Friday stream. You know what I mean? I'm
yeah.
honestly glad you did,
David
because
and
I was
I
thinking about it.
decided to do it, because I don't know. We just felt we really enjoyed your stream. You know, we'd come on there and, you know, just kind of bullshit around and stuff like that, you know. So, and the first few streams we did was pretty, it's pretty unorganized, but I guess we've gotten a little more organized. Not as much as Radio Chaos, obviously, but, you know.
That's the thing, though. It's supposed to be a contrast. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
A contrast to Radio Chaos, because Radio Chaos is really regimented, and, you know, that's where you get all your news and stuff. And the reason why I did it the way I did it, because I didn't want to step on Radio Chaos's shoes, you know. But I wanted to stream at a time where people were available, so of course that meant the weekend. But at the same time, I didn't want to do the same thing that they did. You know what I mean? But so I didn't want people to have to choose between liking one or the other. I wanted them to like both, you know. So hey, stop it! My dog is.
Yeah, it's actually, and having Creek do it actually helps me because I don't think I'm going to be able to pop on Radio Chaos for probably a long time. I've just not been able to fit it in between the start times and then, you know, with, it is. That's part of it. It's not the only reason, but that's the biggest part of it is the time.
I got you.
But I know why it's like that because the guys that host on there are across the world, so you know I understand it.
Well, so
the whole,
you being disorganized is kind of like the charm of it. You know what I mean? So I wouldn't feel bad about all that. You know what I mean? Just do it, wing it.
We kind of do this. You know, it's kind of like for folks to practice if they want to come on, because usually I haven't done it that much tonight. But you know, we put the StreamYard link in there for folks that just want to come on. We don't have show notes or any of that stuff. You know? So. But anyway, anybody in the chat?
It's a completely different animal from Radio Chaos.
Yo, what is going on? Is everyone okay over there?
Yeah. Hello, Radio Chaos.
Hi.
What is going on?
Who was that? What was that?
Hello?
I guess somebody didn't like pineapple on pizza, huh?
That's exactly what that sounded like.
Get the fuck out. No, I'm just kidding.
Nasty over here putting pineapple and
tomatoes
on tomatoes.
He said tomatoes. Everyone heard it.
And that's why I asked if tomato is a fruit, because fruits don't belong on pizza except for tomatoes.
Yeah.
Thank you. Someone with sense. Do I hear Dizzy?
Hey, Diz, if you're out there, get your ass on the stream, bud. If you're out there, I saw him in the chat a while ago, but
he is in chat.
Yeah. Well, anyway, Dan, I got the source wrong on this damn thing. But any other thing about Dragon Ball that, you know, would be kind of interesting if we had a crossover with Alita?
Honestly, just here's the thing that I see, and it's just about the warrior spirit. You know what I mean? I know Alita's not completely about that, but it does have a lot of themes of that. There's a lot of themes of, you know, fighting and conflict and war, and, you know, looking into oneself and breaking past one's mental and physical limits. And I'm obsessed with shit like that, right?
Yeah.
I don't like the movie Black Hawk Down and the book Black Hawk Down. I read that book and watched that movie so many goddamn times, and it's not because I like to see people get blown up and shit. I actually don't even really like war movies that much.
Yeah.
But it's just something about the fact that they took a bunch of fucking 18 and 19-year-olds and put them in the worst goddamn situation a person can ever imagine being in. And then at the end of that, those 18 hours of a gunfight, told them to fucking run out of the city. You know what I mean? And those 18-year-olds are some of the toughest motherfuckers on the planet. They're Army Rangers, you know?
Yes.
Some of the toughest motherfuckers, but they had to fucking dig down and figure out, you know what I mean? Like, and figure it out. And like, there's one guy there. He was the only black man in the actual unit at the time, actually. And he was talking about how it's just fucking explosions going off around him and shit. And he's like, I'm gonna fucking leave the army as soon as I fucking can. I'm never gonna fucking do this again. And then he said, wait, no, I'm gonna fucking re-enlist because there's no other place where I can, you know, dig down deep and find this part of myself. You know what I mean? And recently I've gotten really into David Goggins. I don't know if you probably have heard of him. Go read his book. Go read his fucking book. Go read it now. David Goggins. He's a Navy SEAL. He was fat. He was like 250 pounds and wanted to join the SEALs. Couldn't join the SEALs because there's a height and weight limit. and decided that within a month I'm going to lose, no, it's like 6 months, lose 100 pounds in order to get in shape to join the SEALs. He did that, went through 3 different hell weeks, just became a fucking badass, and now he's running 100-mile races and shit like that. And his style of motivation is just my thing right there. In his book, it talks about digging down deep into oneself, being introspective, going into that dark place in order to find, that motivation that you need in order to get through something difficult and hard. And I don't know, those are the kind of things that I like. And Dragon Ball is a lot of that. That's basically the entire series of just digging deep into yourself as a person and figuring out, why the fuck am I here and why am I doing this? Why am I in this fight? What am I doing here? And a lot of Alita's, I see a lot of that in Alita as well. And this is speaking mostly for the manga. Like, you guys know I love the movie, but I really fell in love with the fucking manga. You know what I mean? So
Oh yeah,
there's
so much of that in the manga. So much of it.
It's just digging deep, you know what I mean? And just, I love that, just like, you're in the most shitty situation in the fucking world. You're going to fucking dig deep as a person, as a fucking warrior, as a fighter, and get past that mental block and just do what you got to do. I love that.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah,
that's
Alita would
crossover.
probably fit into the Dragon Ball universe pretty well, wouldn't she?
Oh yeah, absolutely. And that's the thing that I hate about. And here's the thing: I'm not the biggest anime fan, but I see a lot of anime fans that love to shit on Dragon Ball because it's not as deep or introspective as like all the other fucking anime shit out there. You know what I mean? No offense to anime fans, but here's the thing: I think it's deep and introspective, just in a much, much, much different way. Like one theme that I think fits in really well with the Alita verse is Goku's son, of course, physically talented as hell, but a pacifist at heart. A nerdy, quiet pacifist. He, ever since he was 5, wanted to grow up and be a college professor. No kid ever said that in real life. But with him, he ends up going on and being a family man and stops fighting. And then a threat comes, and he couldn't save his family from the threat. He ends up getting fucked up, and he realizes that he wants to be a pacifist in order to take care of his family, but he realizes that in order to take care of his family, he has to be a warrior. Because when there's an actual threat, no one else is going to save his ass. No one else is going to save them. You have to step up and do it your fucking self.
Yeah.
And no amount of pacifism is going to ever stop bad things from happening to you.
Yeah, that's right.
And I love those themes. I love that shit.
Yeah. Okay, so anyway, I guess we hit Dragon Ball pretty good. Here's another one you probably know a little bit about, Den, and I guess several of you guys that are, I guess play that game. Now, I got 2531. Is that the right year? Because I don't know much about Halo, at all. I mean, I did some research on it, but excuse me. But not too far away from Alita, at least the movie Alita. Manga, of course, it's going to be like, probably 70 years after or something like that. But
I think it starts around then, and like it spans quite a few decades.
It does.
So Halo is a lot like the way the series is structured is a lot like the manga of Alita. It starts at like one point, and then the story fleshes out the future and then fleshes out the past. So 2531 is like another story, but the very first video game, the very first Halo media, is in 2553. Prequels take place in 2531. The movie for Alita actually took a lot of cues from Halo. Believe it or not, if you go look at the Fall, that DVD, that Blu-ray extra, the rifles they're shooting are literally the rifles from Halo.
UNSC,
Do a side-by-side comparison of the rifle that Alita's holding, and it's literally the same rifle Master Chief is holding in that picture on the left.
Yeah.
It's an assault rifle.
Yeah.
Or a battle rifle. I'm trying to remember which one from the game.
Battle rifle's on the right. The assault rifle's on the left. There's a lot of similarities in the fact that Alita was, I think in the Fall, Alita was a child that was born, and then she joined the military and was converted into a cyborg, if I'm correct. That's how it went in the Fall.
That's the Fall said, But for all we know, remember, Dan, and up until 1980, we thought that Darth Vader was just a guy who killed Luke's father. There could be a retcon.
Yeah. Well, then I know for the Fall, they're not going by the manga. You know what I mean? They're doing a different
I'm just
story.
saying, they could retcon it and have the Mars Chronicle origin.
Oh, yeah, okay. I see what you're saying now. No, I see what you mean. Yeah, so but as of right now, that's kind of like how it is, and that's a lot like the Halo story. You know, the Halo story is again, you guys know I love 300 and Spartans, and Dragon Ball is Space Spartans. Well, so is Halo.
Yeah.
Halo's literally Space Spartans as well, and it's taking young kids and converting them into soldiers,
Dan,
cyborg soldiers.
have you seen the epic rap battles thing of Master Chief versus Leonidas? It's pretty funny.
No, I think I saw Master Chief versus Kratos. I think
Okay,
because
yeah,
Kratos is a Spartan too.
It's a lot of crazy cursing up a storm and stuff, but it's hilarious.
I don't think I saw that one, but yeah, I see what you mean. But yeah, so yeah, Master Chief is considered a cyborg as well, which is why I think Alita fits in really well. And the thing about Halo that people, you know, a lot of people, I mean, people play the multiplayer and stuff, but when you dive into the story, like Alita, it's a very melancholic story. She would fit right in with that universe, you know, because Master Chief is, at the end of the day, he's a broken person. He's a young boy that was stolen from his family and raised in the military since he was like 8, you know what I mean? And he's got all this physical prowess, but he doesn't fit in with humans at all, you know what I mean? He doesn't fit in with normal people at all. Of course, he's got PTSD, you know, he's seen most of his people wiped out and shit like that. So he's got, especially in Halo 4, they explore some of that shit that Master Chief is going through. There's actually a scene at the beginning of Halo 4 that looks a lot like the scene where Alita's basically moping in the locker room in Last Order. You know, when she had to fight the orphanage team?
Yeah.
Yeah. So.
Yeah, this would be a cool crossover, I think. You know, and that Master Chief, what little I know about him, he's pretty badass.
Oh, yeah. And he's old, too, so.
Yeah, I love him. I love him for that.
What?
Yeah, I love him for that. But
yeah, that ought to be a perfect crossover, especially since, you know, in Alita, they've colonized the solar system, but in Halo, they've colonized the galaxy, you know what I mean? So, and they had a lot of interplanetary wars in Halo. It's kind of like the backstory there. It's kind of the same backstory that's going on with the manga as well, you know, interplanetary conflicts and stuff like that. Yeah. And I guess civil wars on Mars mostly, you know what I mean? So there's just a lot of I think that would be a great fucking crossover. You should pull up The Fall and show that scene with the rifle that Alita's holding, or at least show a screenshot from that.
Oh fuck! Is he talking about Halo?
Yeah, maybe Angelus, if you could pull that up, we could at least do a screenshot of it, because I get yeeted, I think, if we play the whole thing. So
yeah, don't play it. Just pause it on that scene.
Yeah.
Hold on, I'll pull it up and just give you a time.
Oh, okay.
Time.
It's got the same exact rifle too.
It's dead on the same. Oh, it's already there magically. Hold up, there it is. All right, so it's at 2 minutes and 34 seconds. Compare it to Master Chief's rifle, and I'm telling you, it's dead on the same exact fucking thing.
Okay, you're gonna share your screen, then?
Oh, okay. You want me to share my screen?
Yeah, right, that way we can.
Shit. I've not done this in a long time, man.
We know.
There we go. If you can see it.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
It's dead on the same shit.
Yeah, it is.
I love how the other berserker next to her is holding 2 of them, firing it, you know, dual wielding.
Yeah, Alita's the only one doing it fucking right.
Right, go figure that, right?
Dude, I'm not gonna lie. Like, I'm not mad about them changing the backstory because it's a different medium. You can't have all that. You know, it's a movie. Got to fit in 2 hours. I kind of want to see this prequel. You know what I mean? Like,
I kind of too, actually.
Dan,
I really do.
A grenade launcher underneath that rifle she's holding.
I think the one on the left is a grenade launcher. It looks like Alita's got a flashlight though.
Yeah.
But this looks dope, and honestly, I wouldn't mind if it had this kind of animation either, because I don't mind animation. Because they did a Halo prequel in this exact animation right here.
Yeah.
And guess what it's called, by the way? The Fall of Reach.
Fall of Reach.
Yeah.
Isn't that Fall of Reach?
Yeah, The Fall of Reach. Yeah. It's. I think they took a lot of inspiration from Halo, to be honest with you. I'm not going to play it, but if you still have
look at the.
Look at the head, though.
Look at the top of his head. But nah, it's It's dead on. So this is the Spartans back before they had their armor. You know what I mean?
It really does look the same, actually.
It really is the same. You know what I mean? So
When did this come out?
the Fall of Reach, I think like 2015. I think it was the same time that Halo 5 came out.
I thought
Okay,
it was
that
earlier.
makes
I thought it was
sense
like
then.
I thought it was like the year after, around the year I got my degree in 2011. Maybe I'm wrong.
Well, you
I know
it's
Reach
done
came
by
out
three-
and
No, the Fall of Reach. This are you talking about the game or I mean the movie or the book? Because the
Oh,
the
Halo
book came out. Yeah, the book came out
Years
before
ago.
the first Halo game. This little
Okay.
Netflix movie came out with Halo 5.
Okay.
that was around 2015 then. And the movie
Yeah.
started production 2016. So that
Oh.
special features may have been made after around that time.
Yeah, because
Because
this
the
was a
movie
special
stuff-
feature for Halo 5.
Mhm.
So it kind of like a prequel. thing,
Someone
too.
probably had Halo on the brain when they were making the Alita stuff.
Yeah, no, I honestly think so because there's a lot of crossover with that story. I remember a long time ago, kind of like a tangent. One of the guys at 343 was an Alita Army guy back in 2020. He was actually tweeting Alita Army and stuff. One of the guys that made Halo 4 and 5.
Oh,
And,
damn.
Yeah, he was an Alita fan, hardcore Alita fan. I haven't seen his Twitter though. I haven't been able to find it, but yeah, he was tweeting Alita Army a lot, man. He
Ben,
works,
can
he makes
you
games.
go back to that video that shows Alita holding that what looks like to me a little bit like that M4 rifle, but yeah, because I just hold it right there. I'm going to switch. Don't unshare your screen. I just wanted to look at that, and then here's Master Chief's. God Almighty,
Yeah.
that is the same freaking gun. It definitely is the same gun. Holy moly, that's amazing.
Yeah, definitely.
Wow. All right, who's playing the nice music?
Sorry, I had to get up for a second and my wife started calling.
Oh, that's okay.
But no, so and that's the thing too. Like I said, there's a lot of themes that cross over too with the Halo universe and the Alita universe, and I think that's why they just kind of use it as inspiration.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I don't think that they meant to copy it or anything like that because the movie's nothing like Halo, but I think Halo shows you where this universe could go because Halo is like I said, Halo's a lot like the mangas when it comes to the way the story is structured. Well, you know, Alita has like this extensive lore and backstory that goes back thousands and thousands of years. And so does Halo. You know what I mean? And so Halo has all this extensive lore, but then it also has these two trilogies of games that condense the story down pretty well into a shorter story, shorter form story. And that's what Alita, the movies, are trying to do. So I think what they should do is, what they could do is just follow the template that Halo has already set. The example that Halo's already set.
Well, one of the things about Alita, in the manga anyway, I mean, a lot of folks had seen the movie. They just know Iron City and they know Zolom's floating around up there and that kind of thing. But, once she gets up to Zolom and eventually goes up to Jeru, then, you get that sense that, okay, we got three even drastically different cultures, where on the ground and Earth, it's like everybody is in starvation mode, survival mode. And then in Zolom, they're like ultra advanced. They got Melchizedek up there, the giant quantum computer. They have space travel, and they got all that stuff, and it's just totally different. So I think they could take something like, like Zolom and the culture and the, what's going on there with being able to do space travel. I think it would be a natural fit for Halo.
Oh yeah, definitely. I just think that I don't know, these two universes are there's just so much crossover here that could be. I mean, like even the religious symbolism that's in there. Like you mentioned Jeru and Zolom. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And Master Chief, he's named after a Bible verse, John 1:17. There's a bunch of Greek mythology in there. You know what I mean? His armor is called Mjolnir, which is Thor's hammer. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I don't know. I think these two series are too compatible to never make a crossover. And I say it should be in a video game.
Please.
How would you feel
Please make this
playing
happen.
as Berserker Alita, running around fucking up a bunch of aliens. That shit, I don't know, man.
I would love that game because I played the original Halo way back in the day. I can't remember what year it was. It was a long time ago.
2001.
Yeah, that's right. I played that
2001.
game, you know.
It was
and
the
I
first
enjoyed
game for Xbox.
Yeah.
I'm surprised no one has complained about my avatar, by the way.
It's not Burt Gummer anymore. That's a change.
Well,
I
Dan,
gotta
you're a
find
colored
it.
person.
Another thing that happened to me is my computer, my laptop, fucking wiped out. Lost my hard drive, so yeah, I gotta find that Burt Gummer picture again.
Okay.
Yeah, dude, I got a puppy, man. He's absolutely nuts, and he spilled soda all over my computer.
Oh, lovely.
Yeah. So.
You had that shit backed up, didn't you, Dan?
Yeah, I had a lot backed up this time because it's happened many times. This time I had a lot backed up, but I had my video thankfully backed up, but a lot of stuff didn't cross over, you know. So whatever.
Yeah. This would be. I'd love this crossover right here. This would be great.
I'm still hoping
imagine
that they
Alita
put her
and
in Mortal Kombat.
Dude, that would be crazy too.
Plays all the characters from Gundam in a Mortal Kombat game.
Oh my god!
Did y'all see that in one of my videos? Someone on YouTube did a mod where they put Alita from Mars Chronicle, Alita and Yoko, and Alita and Erica, and Soul Calibur.
Yeah,
I love that shit. It's so cool.
Yeah,
I would love.
So-
I don't know why Sony doesn't just. I mean, I don't know who. Wasn't the Martian Memory game PS2 or PS1 or something?
PS1, but there's
PS1.
But I'm guessing there's got to be copyright issues going on.
Yeah, there has to be. Sony could, man, if they're making all these damn remakes, if anything, make a remake or reboot of that game.
Dude,
Please.
I made an entire video about this. I need a remake of Martian Memory, and I even talked about how Alita could be inspired from Halo. You know what I mean? Can use inspiration from how Halo set up its universe to set up the cinematic universe for Alita. Because the thing about it is, with the Alita movies, it doesn't just have to stick to her story, because there's so many other tangents that the story can go on. You know what I mean? Like, shit, Figure 4 would be a very popular character, you know what I mean, to explore. The past, talking about Corella and everything that happened with her back in the day, you know what I mean? That's that.
Yeah.
Kind of stuff.
Leo, one of the things that Lita Calgritas brought up on the stream last weekend or the weekend before, I can't remember anymore, was that in one of the versions of the script that she wrote, that we would have met Chaos at the same time that she found the Berserker body at the crashed ship, and that she finds him there and brings him back to Ito.
Dude, that would have been great. I would have loved to see that.
Yeah.
Because Chaos is a great character,
Yeah.
He's not the kind of character I usually like, because he's kind of on the weaker side, but
Yeah.
he's still a great character, He's a great contrast to, and me and Alita Lore talked about that too. Alita Lore talked about Chaos, but he's such a great contrast to Alita's personality.
Well, it's interesting, Den, because I left a few videos dedicated to you. You can find them on my channel.
Really?
I thought you passed on and left me in charge of the whole thing.
Well, shit, if you want to be in charge, I don't have the authority to do that, but have fun, have at it. But as for passing on, not yet, man, not yet. We'll see what happens after this year. You know what I mean? We'll see.
Okay.
Well, Dan, we do want to collaborate on that video now. I'm willing to do that if you want to.
Yeah, I really want to get these videos out, man, because I still got a lot to say.
Ask you something.
Yeah.
Maybe you could donate some voice bites, because I'm doing a graphic novel with voiceovers in it. And actually be the voice of Den in there.
Would I make a good Den? I don't know. Yes. I think I sound kind of wimpy. I think I sound more like Chaos. You know what I mean?
I don't know. I think I sound a little bit like a wimp, but my opinion.
No, definitely, man. What I can try to do is just try to find more time to get on. Like I said, I'm glad that David and Gary took over the Friday night stream and all that. Because kind of took some of that weight off my shoulders. But I definitely want to find more time to come back and get more involved again. Because honestly, it's just fun.
Yeah, we love doing it too. So I mean, I'm gonna play one of these memes, I guess that. Let's see. I'm going to play a meme here that
I'm actually going to have to go. My phone's at 5%. So
Like
Uh-oh.
usual.
I'm gonna have to dip, y'all. I'm sorry. I just wasn't paying attention to that.
Hey man, it was good
As
talking
yes,
to you,
as
John.
usual. But I actually do need to go anyway. I'm not eating anything. You too. Well, hopefully see you in DMs at some point.
No,
We missed you,
definitely.
man. I'm glad you're back.
Definitely.
Yeah. Let's
Have a
see.
good one, John.
But yeah, I'll catch you guys later. Jenny
All
boy,
right.
I'll see you
Bye.
later.
All righty.
DB, I wish you were my son.
I'm hoping at least I get to talk to at least a couple more people before I go too, because my wife is coming home and she's probably mad at me right now because I didn't answer her phone call. So.
Cyborg. Never heard of.
But you have
Well,
heard of me.
I'll be
So,
happy
who's
if like every now and then you'd be able to like jump on like stream, say hi, and then go get whipped again. So
Well, hold on though. Weren't we supposed to have a match, an exhibition fight,
Yeah.
David?
man, I'll just bring my pineapple piece and just slap that shit right over you.
I mean,
Win by
you could
default.
try, but you had to be able to hit me first.
Hey, Dan, y'all wait up just a second. I wanna play this. That Cran actually. Did
Oh,
a
gosh.
Yes, I'm gonna play it. Cran.
Cyborg. Never heard of.
But you have heard of me.
Whose channel was that on?
I love that. I loved it.
On the
Whose channel was that
stogies.
on? Oh, okay.
That was Pirates of the Caribbean. Yeah.
Yeah, man, just y'all. That's what y'all gotta do. Is just be a fun fandom. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Here's the thing. I don't care if you like the show or if you don't like the show. Whatever. It's not about the quality of the show. But do not, for the love of God, ever emulate the Steven Universe fandom. They are known as an extremely toxic fandom. They
Which
have the
random is this?
I have
Steven
no
Universe
interest.
fandom. I was hoping that Cranberry didn't. I don't know if y'all know the story about the one Steven Universe fan made some fan art and the other Steven Universe fans didn't like the fan art and then they like berated the girl until she tried to commit suicide and stuff like This is just nothing like that. Just be fun, be happy warriors. People that are gonna talk shit on Twitter, talk shit back to them, but make it fun. That's it.
Yeah.
Make this. People can call us cringy or whatever from liking a movie. They always say shit like, "Oh yeah, but your movie failed." Like this is shit we always used to see back in the day. "Oh, your movie fucking failed." Ha ha ha. Whatever. You're never gonna get a sequel. Oh well, whatever. You can call us cringe, but if we're the fun side, you know what I mean? If we're the ones that, if it looks like it's fun over here, people are going to see our grass is greener and want to make the crossover. And that's all we need. We need more people enjoying the fandom and enjoying the film. So, and you know what?
That's the plan.
If the grass is greener on this side and they come over and they decide to dip their toes in the water of Alita and they don't like the movie, maybe they'll like the manga. Because the manga is incredibly underrated. Like, even in Japan, the manga is not that famous compared to some other shit. You know what I mean? So maybe they'll like the fucking manga. You know what I mean? Maybe the other way around. Maybe they'll hate the manga and like the movie.
Yeah.
But as long as we're just the fun ones, you know what I mean? Making all the memes.
Like
and
we
shit,
lost,
I think that's what.
Yeah, we lost Radio
What was that?
Chaos. We lost Radio Chaos. I don't know what happened.
Well, sometimes he used to have trouble when he was on my stream.
Yeah.
Because I think he uses a phone. He'll be back, I think. But yeah, that's basically like the crux of the end of my video and another video I did. The one that I'm doing now, though, that's the crux of it. It's just, be fucking fun. That's because you guys got to understand, Dragon Ball right now is going through, a drought right now. We were supposed to have a continuation for Dragon Ball. It's on hiatus, but it's been on hiatus since 2017. You know what I mean? And basically the only thing keeping it alive is this weird manga that they have going on and all the fucking memes, and that's basically it. Fucking memes and a fun involved fandom that's not getting other artists trying to commit suicide. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
without deviating too much, something you could do with that old video is, I don't know how much re-editing you'd probably have to do, but you could reintroduce it as a video that was meant to be coming out way back when. Shit happens. The time is now. You can take the approach of, is the fandom any different? Is it the same? And then present it in under that sort of light.
No, definitely.
And or
that's
even
the thing,
go,
I do
is
plan to
fandom
release it.
better?
because I know you guys liked the beginning. I've showed you guys the beginning, and you guys liked it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
It's talking about you guys. You know what I mean? So, you know, that's just it. I just think that here's the thing. I've had to make some major restructuring in my life, and I've had to get rid of most of my online presence and shit. But I still wanted to come back here and talk to you guys. You know what I mean?
Aw.
And that's what really fucking matters here. You know what I mean? Is that we're a fun, inviting fandom. You know. And even then, you know, it doesn't matter how you feel about the media. You know, you could love or hate it, but you know the fandom's awesome, and that's it. That's what matters.
But yeah, and that's why I hope that you know, it doesn't have to be every week, although that'd be nice. But you know, every 2 weeks, 3 weeks, once a month, if you can, whether it be drop on Discord, drop on stream, you know, chat for a couple of hours, catch up.
No, definitely. I do want to come back on. I can't say it's going to be every week, because even now, you know, I'm neglecting my new son here, my new puppy. You hear him in the background screaming, going crazy.
Yeah.
I love him already.
Yeah.
Oh man, no, you won't. If
Oh,
I
yes,
put
I
him in your
will.
house for 10 minutes,
I
you're
don't
gonna
care. I
despise him.
love animals.
My wife thought he was the cutest thing in the world. She actually picked him out, but every night at 1:50 a.m. he decides that he's gonna fucking wake her up. Only her. He doesn't do it to me. He jumps on her side of the bed and just like licks her and shit like that. Tries to wake her up and fucking play and shit. Like he's an asshole. Like little asshole puppy.
I think Cran likes my dog.
Oh yes,
What
I want to
kind of
bury
dog
my
you got?
face in his fur.
I call him my this dog right here. I call him my Pokemon because I usually just get him to sick my wife and just annoy her. You know what I mean? She's sitting on the couch. I just tell him to go after her, and he jumps up on her. You know, rubs his face all over her, licks her all like just nonstop licks and bites her and shit like that, like little play bites, and just annoys the hell out of her. So I always do that shit.
Well, how big is he again?
He's going on like 30, 35, but he's taller than my other dog now. So
Whoa.
yeah, he's growing really fast, and he's a really fast learner too. Really fast. It's crazy. So good dog. I'll put a picture of him sometime. But,
Do you have any?
A picture of mud.
Do you have anything else after Halo?
Yeah, I can't find.
I don't watch much, man. To be honest with you, I honestly Halo and Dragon Ball are two of the franchises. Go ahead.
I know it's not a crossover, but I need to tell you, man, we finally watched the John Wick films.
Oh, you did? How did you guys feel about that?
Oh, fucking love them.
Yeah. Dude, that's awesome. Hey, that rifle he used at the end of the third one. Remember when he was fighting those guys in the body armor, so he needed a rifle?
Yes.
I went and bought that shit.
Nice.
I own that now. Yeah, man. I don't know. I love John Wick. It's just that'll be a good one right there. That's one I talked about too in one of my old videos for a crossover right there. Because honestly, I think that'd just be pure fucking fun. Because I mean, you see how Alita was in 2019. You know, you have all these freaking movies and all these supposed action movies, and they're not really that good of action. You know what I mean? Like, I have a problem with action movies because I hate shaky cam and I hate snark. You know what I mean? Like, you know, when you watch like a Marvel or a modern Star Wars movie, it's like it's not really like great fights, and then in between the fights they have to stop the fight and make some snarky kind of comment. And it's like, stop doing that. Just fucking fight. And then you watch Alita Battle Angel in 2019, and she just decides, all right, I'm just going to fucking jump on this crackhead in this alley and MMA ground and pound him to fucking death. You know what I mean? Like, and in the motorball scene, like really, the action in Alita Battle Angel was fucking good. And then also we had John Wick come out. Great, clear, well-choreographed action, just like Alita. And Dragon Ball Broly come out. Like, all pretty much back-to-back. Great, clear, choreographed, well, you know, clear action, you know? And I don't know, that's just one thing that I really wanted to see is a good crossover between the, not necessarily the characters, but the creators. If some of those people that choreographed John Wick get on an Alita sequel, and this is what I talked about before, that would right there just make my life. I'd be done with movies. I can't watch any other movies after that because none of them would measure up.
All right, you guys have convinced me. I'm going to have to watch John Wick then.
Oh, it's it really is. Like, oh my gosh, I can't believe I didn't see them sooner. I'm buying them all on Blu-ray.
the knife scene in the third one. To
The knife-
me.
I'll be okay. This is how much I was nerding out. Okay, so Ryder was enjoying the action, which was great, and the characters and the story. I'm over here talking. Do you see this color composition on this shot here? I mean, look at this. And he's looking at me like, you're a fucking lunatic. And then I started pointing it
competently shot movie, too.
Well, yeah, and then he started watching it as I was talking. He's like, okay, you have a point. This really is very well done.
Yeah.
He's like,
it's
it
a
shouldn't
good
be, but it
looking
is.
movie. Yeah. Like you would expect like a stupid action movie to, you know, just look like like Fast and Furious, you know what I mean? That kind of shit, right? But no, it's a well lit, well shot movie. Like the aesthetics of it are just fucking beautiful.
Yeah, I remember like, look at how they shot the gold and the purple on this side where the wealthy people are, but then they use the complementary colors, the opposite, where the poor people, and I got so many looks.
And the music is very complimentary as well to
Yes.
what you see on screen. Like it's really like I used to call Suicide Squad just a music video because it really is, right? The Suicide Squad movie is just really literally a fucking hour and a half music video, but kind of in a bad way. But the John Wick movies are also kind of like a music video, but in a really good way. You know what I mean? Like they take some of the good cues from, you know, a music video and just make a fucking long ass action movie with it. You know?
Yeah, but Margot Robbie.
Oh, she's amazingly beautiful. Don't talk about my wife.
Which one? Margot Robbie or Samara Weaving?
She'd be a great real life Android 18 for me. You know what I mean?
Oh.
Margot.
Yeah, we bring that up every now and then, Dan, about who's the best waifu. We always mention you about that.
Like I said, I only pick Android 18 because you've seen her be a wife and a mom. You know what I mean? That right there kind of matters.
We have talked about that several times. Why you think it's best? Okay, anything else about Halo, I guess? But let me just ask one question. Do you think Master Chief and Alita would become friends at some level?
I don't think Master Chief has any friends.
Yeah, what little I know about him, they're so... Yeah, go ahead.
I would say he has accomplices. You know what I mean? He has bonds with people. He has strong bonds with people, but I wouldn't call it friendships. You know what I mean? Like he cares, but I don't know. It's different because one thing that you see a lot in Last Order and what you see a lot in Halo 4 was the difference between humanity and being a machine, right? Because Master Chief has an AI assistant that he has, but this AI assistant was made from the neurological map of an actual human being. So this AI assistant behaves like a human, whereas Master Chief is the cyborg raised in the military. He behaves like a machine. He shows no emotion, and there was that balance between what is the line between what can Cortana be called a human and can Master Chief be called a machine, that kind of thing. And that's the kind of thing you get in Last Order as well. You know what I mean? I don't want to put any spoilers out there, but when it comes to Alita's mind, you know what I mean? There's a lot of talk of that line between humanity and being a machine. You know what I mean? You know, talking about having a physical mind versus something else. I don't want to spoil it.
Well, you know, Halo actually means something in the military. It's high, woo, high altitude,
low opening.
Yeah, I can't remember now.
High altitude, low opening. You just jump.
Yeah. There you go. Yeah.
And then you fucking march a long ass distance to go do.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But yeah, no. There's like I said, there's a lot of crossover in those themes with Halo and Alita, and I would love to see that explored.
That'd be cool.
Just 1 minute, okay? My wife just came home.
Oh, okay.
I'm glad that we discussed this particular crossover because it makes me want to pick up one of the novelizations or read up on the lore and delve deeper into the similarities that they have now.
Read The Fall of Reach, the very first Halo book. That's where you're gonna get that's my favorite story. You can watch the Netflix adaptation. It's not very good. It's like literally 10% of the book, and they skip a lot of shit and mess some shit up. But yeah. So like I said, the one big thing that's very common between the two is the difference between humanity and a machine. Cortana is a machine that acts more human, and Master Chief is a human that acts more machine. And then of course you get that, like I said, in Last Order as well. Hint, hint, not giving away any spoilers.
Well, he's not a total replacement cyborg like Alita, is he? I mean, he's
not. He's closer to he has a mechanical suit, and inside he's augmented. which is funny because
Okay.
the way that they showed the video of them sticking all the needles into him and injecting
Yeah.
the nanites and steroids.
Yeah.
So what he's
Kinda
got
similar
is
to what
he's
Nova
got.
did to his own kid on the operating table.
Yeah, actually, now that I think about that, yeah. Yeah, what he's got is he's got pretty much metal bones. He's got metal grafted to his bones. He's got his neurological system's been all enhanced, so he can think and perceive things way faster than a normal human can. Also, his brain has a whole bunch of mechanical shit in it to where he can link to his suit. That suit that he has, he actually links to it. Like so like if he thinks about something before he moves his hand, the suit moves for him. Basically, the suit augments him as well. And then he also links to the Cortana AI as well. So he literally sees her in his head. So he's part machine. But he acts more machine is what it is, because he, like I said, he was raised in the military. He was raised as a Navy SEAL since he was 8. You know what I mean? So
That almost sounds a little bit like that character Cyborg in the DCEU, doesn't it?
Victor Stone, yeah.
Yeah.
So a Cyborg, I don't know much about Cyborg other than what I saw in the movie.
Yeah.
So I would say he's less mechanical than Cyborg is, but a lot of similarities. And you know what I mean? Because the suit that he wears isn't just a suit that he wears. It's like a second skin. Like it's attached to him, to his mind. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I guess there's some similarities there.
All right, there's the Fall of Reach. There's like an actual word novelization, and there's a graphic novel version as well.
Dude, there's like 26 Halo books. there's a lot.
All right, I gotta go read some of these then.
There's comic books. There's anime. There's a Halo anime on Netflix. Yeah,
Isn't
on
there
Netflix.
a prequel one that shows about the Forerunners?
Yeah. It shows you the Forerunners and all that shit. There's a lot of Halo media.
But they didn't make a movie on this, did they? I mean, I'm not talking about anime. They didn't make a movie.
Direct to Netflix, yeah. But
Peter Jackson was going to make the Halo trilogy. He wanted to. The guy who made the Lord of the Rings really wanted to make the Halo trilogy, but it fell through between all kinds of deals. And then another guy who wanted to make them was Neil Blomkamp, the District 9 guy. So instead of actually making a Halo movie, he directed some Halo commercials that are fucking phenomenal. I don't know if you guys have ever seen them, but just type in Deliver Hope on YouTube. I don't think that was Neil Blomkamp. I think he did Halo Landfall. He's the guy who made District 9 and Chappie and Elysium. And actually in Elysium, there's a Halo ring kind of thing, right? That guy was supposed to make a Halo movie. They say that Elysium was supposed to be the Halo movie, but then it fell through, so then they reworked it into the Elysium movie.
Wow. All right, I got to check that one out too then. So I got Halo and John Wick I got to check out. So
man, you need to get yourself on some Dragon Ball and David Goggins, man. That shit right there to have you fucking squatting 750 for like 10 reps. Like I'm telling you, man. David Goggins especially.
I could use that. My squats are my worst event. So.
Oh really? What's your best?
Yeah. The best I've ever squatted is 230. So I'm a weakling on the squat.
No, I'm saying, what's your best event?
My best event, it's it's fairly similar between deadlift and bench. My PR and I guess bench press. I guess my PR and bench press is 345, and yeah, my deadlift is 341. So I mean, benching 345 is a lot tougher than deadlifting 341.
No, I got you. No, but yeah, so that's what I'm saying. Like, honestly, all these media, you need to catch up on them all. Actually, there's a scene in Dragon Ball that really reminds me of you. Because I watched it recently. It's Master Roshi. It's Goku's old master. He's literally 300 fucking years old, literally. And, but he still can fight. You know what I mean? There's a scene later on in Dragon Ball Super, and he's the buff old man I showed you, the really, really jacked old guy.
I thought you were going to say Android 17.
Oh yeah, I like him too. But no, there's a scene to where he's fighting a guy, and the guy's like, saying to him, "Old man, you need to just retire and get out of this business. You're too old to be here." Blah blah blah. And he says, how he taught Goku and Krillin martial arts and shit like this. He's like remembering saying he taught Goku and Krillin their martial arts, and now Goku and Krillin are teaching him how he needs to surpass his limits, and the limits of age aren't going to stop him, and he ends up obliterating his opponent. It's a fucking great scene.
I love it.
I think you would absolutely adore that scene right there.
I love it. I'll have to check that out. So
he won't let the limits of age hold him back.
that's right. Well, that's my motto anyway. Okay, I think we hit Halo pretty good.
Yep.
Okay, this one here, folks have mixed feelings about it, and I guess the crossover there would be similar to what we'd have with the DCEU. But there is a couple of methods that they can use to do time travel from the MCU, and that'd be if you saw Endgame, where they would travel back in time through the quantum realm. They didn't talk too much about, or they didn't show too much whether you could travel forward in time using the quantum realm. Maybe they can, but that's one possibility. And then, of course, it's possible that Doctor Strange can do it because, he's been to different dimensions and stuff like that. So who knows? He did have the time stone before the end of Endgame. So that would enable him to kind of manipulate time itself. So anyway, this is another one of these universes that a few weeks back or a couple of months back, we actually compared Alita to many superheroes. Not because she's a superhero, we're just comparing the abilities. And, she was, in some ways similar to Iron Man, I guess, in terms of his later nanotech suits. But anyway, any thoughts about this?
Well, I'll say. Go ahead.
I was just going to say it started off okay. Like Iron Man 1 really set the tone, and it was actually, I kind of enjoyed it. And then after that, and Thor 1 I really enjoyed as well. But after that, I felt like it just, fell off for me. It fell flat.
Well, they do those snarky phrases, when they, when somebody's about to kill somebody, they say something really, snarky to them or something like that, which is one of the things we talked about Alita, we actually compared her to how she would do against Thanos, or Darkseid if she was in her Imaginos body. And the consensus we all had, and this is Odd John Hoots was on with us, was that the difference between Alita and some of these guys is she's not going to come up with some kind of corny quip before she kills somebody. She's going to
cut your head off, and then that'll be it.
That's right. She's going to kill them the first chance she gets without talking to them, and the only difference, the only exception to that rule is when, she fought Gorwishka that last time, but that was because she knew that Nova was, riding him. She knew that, so she's talking to Nova too, but otherwise she's not going to do that. She's not going to talk to you when, she's going to just kill you. And then she's going to do it as fast as she can, so unlike, Thor, who just, he had Thanos impaled with that axe, and he said,
wait, didn't he just cut his head off though? Like, didn't he just cut his head off?
That was in Endgame at the beginning.
Yeah, that was actually kind of cool. I like.
Yeah, it was actually.
I kind of like Thor, to be honest with you. I did.
I do too. I like him a lot. But the difference we said there was that Thor had told him that he was going to kill him because he killed Loki and all that stuff, and he was pushing that thing, was talking to him, and what we all said, Alita's not going to do that. She's not going to talk to him. She's just going to cut his head off.
And she's not going to be depressed about it for the next 6 years either. She's going to
exactly.
He'll just be one of the many fucking people she has yeeted off of this planet.
Just get it over with.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
So anyway, there's a lot of controversy, I guess, or conflicting opinions about Marvel, particularly with Captain Marvel, but
the movies are similar, so
yeah, they are. They're very
the comparison
similar.
Is apt, It's a memory loss thing, and you got a very overpowered female character, and they came out at the same time. It's like a Deep Impact and Armageddon. Do you remember those movies, Gary?
Yes, I do. I saw them both.
Yeah, and or like a Volcano and Dante's Peak, like two movies that are very similar that came out at the same time. So the comparisons are going to happen,
Yeah, exactly. I think the biggest difference, though, with Alita and say even the DCEU or the MCU as these are superhero movies, you know, the DCEU and MCU, Alita is not a superhero. She's just not, you know. I mean, she has abilities that are, you know, pretty close to superhero-like, you know. But yeah, she is not a superhero in any stretch of the imagination.
Well, is she officially an anti-hero though?
Yeah, I'd call her more of an anti-hero myself. I mean, you know, and at the ending there when she kills Vector and all that, she's more like Manga Alita at the end of the movie than she is, you know, at the beginning of the movie. You know,
The only thing that actually saved Vector in the manga was the fact that Hugo jumped out of the window. If he did not, he'd be dead right where he stood.
Yes. Yeah, exactly.
You know, here's the thing though. How do y'all feel about Vector dying?
I have mixed feelings about that because now that I've read the manga, you know, Vector's around for a long time after that.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, but my
So-
feeling is that how close was he to Destiny Nova?
I don't think he was
People
that
close
close
to
in the
Destiny
manga.
Nova don't die that easily.
Yeah. In the
Yeah.
manga, I don't think he was that close. In the manga, I think he was just, you know, I don't remember correctly, but I'll have to go back and look.
I think after the Calogridis stream, they already had a clear path of where they wanted to take it, and going off that alone, I don't actually mind. Like it never bothered me that much, but I don't mind at all now that they killed him off. And now that you mentioned
They
about
needed a bad guy, you know what I mean, for the
Yeah.
movie? Because, like, they're adapting a long-running series into a 2-hour movie, so you're going to need, like, a bad guy and an ending, you know, and a
Yeah.
climax, and that I get that. But, man, Vector, I kind of wanted to see Mahershala Ali play, you know, Vector as he was later on in Last Order, you know?
Yeah.
That would be cool.
Well-
But, you know, people come back to life in this story.
Yeah, they do. Anything's possible in science fiction, isn't it?
especially with what you guys just mentioned.
Yeah. Here, you know, Just a Fan had a pretty good observation about Alita, and I think, Dan, on your stream a couple times we talked about that. She is pretty much a psychological mess, isn't she? I mean,
Oh, yeah.
that was that one where in the
One
manga
word.
where she starts, you know, she's suffering from PTSD real bad, and she just wants to die. She just wants the pain to be over, you know, and she's really almost nutty at that point, I think.
That's why I
Yellow
love the
Duel
character
chapter.
of Figure 4, to be honest with you.
Yes.
Because he's the Goku archetype for the Alita Battle Angel manga. He's the one who comes in and is like, hey, all y'all feel like shit, but it's not time for that. We're going to fucking feel happy and fucking fight our enemies, destroy them, and that's it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I
that
love
You
that.
know,
Yeah,
you know who else likes Figure 4?
yeah,
Who?
Creaky.
Oh, of course. Figure 4 is definitely one of my favorite characters.
Lita Calogridis.
Yeah, at least
Oh, okay.
Alita Calogridis likes him. Yeah,
So I can expect him to be in the future films then.
yeah, I hope so.
Well, let's put it this way: if Den and Chaos, in one of the versions of her scripts, was slotted to be in the first movie, who's to say that Figure 4 wouldn't have been?
Yeah.
And she even specifically said that, one of the questions was, why did, was Hugo, in one of the versions of the script, was Hugo ever kept alive or something like that? And she straight away said, nope, killed that sucker every single time. And
Good.
then she
I don't like him.
and then she expanded on that by saying that she wanted to get to the not just the romance but the relationship between Alita and Figure 4 a lot sooner.
What did she
Yeah.
say about Japan? About the Japan story?
We didn't talk too much about Japan, did we?
How that is, I go back and forth between a few different arcs, but a lot of times I lean towards the Japan story being the best in the series. That's just my
I think
opinion.
it's similar to the Jashigan story in that they touch upon it, but they wouldn't dwell upon it. I think
Wow.
they'd have with what they had planned. I think by the second movie they would have been well into the Badlands arc.
Oh
So
no.
it might have been
no.
like maybe yeah, I know, but like you said, it's an adaptation. They have to try to fit it into
Yeah.
Flashbacks, maybe.
Here's how I wanted it to go. I wanted it to be Josh Ugan be kind of like the B plot and Japan be the big plot. Because I mean, you read that manga, there's so much in there. They've got elements of horror because I'm a fan of horror films. There's elements of horror in there. Oh, by the way, Cran, talking about that, there was a few movies I've watched recently that I wanted to tell you about. So we'll get to that later. But there's elements of horror. There's just all kinds of just shit in there that I think would be amazing for the big screen out of the Japan story.
Yeah, if you want to see that that part in the Calagrudas interview where somebody asked her what was her favorite line in the movie, she actually asks me what it is, and it was and of course I knew exactly what it was. So
I have an idea. Let me see if I'm right. Go ahead.
Fuck your mercy.
I knew it. I knew it was going to be that one.
Yeah.
That's everyone likes that one.
Yeah, she says, Gary, can you guess? And of course, I just came right out with, yep, I sure can. That was funny.
No, but I really do want to see a sequel. I think it's going to happen. It may not be in the way that we want, though, because the landscape of the film industry is completely different right now. So
yeah.
I mean, honestly, I'd be happy if they took all the same actors and made a mini series, because I think the Snyder Cut really changed a lot of shit. First, it showed that you can make a long fucking movie and keep a lot of interest in it if it's good. You know what I mean? Because for the longest while, I've complained about long movies a lot in my lifetime, but I sat there and watched the entire Snyder Cut and I was invested. So. You know what I mean? So I think
didn't sleep that night because I was just watching it and I realized, this thing's 4 hours long.
It's 4 hours and 2 minutes long. And 2 minutes.
I saw that sucker twice. I watched it twice.
That is 8 hours and 4 minutes of your life given to Zack Snyder.
Yeah. And I haven't watched the movie twice except for Alita for I don't know how long. I mean, it's been a while, but.
And I'm not going to lie, I've thought about watching that again. And I'm not the superhero guy, but I actually did like that movie. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's good.
I didn't expect to like it that much. I expected to respect the movie. I didn't expect to enjoy the movie, but I did. But he showed you that there's room for this.
Yeah, Fran. Go ahead.
With Zack Snyder, the special edition or director's cut is usually better than what you see in theaters.
Oh, yeah.
Watchmen,
much better than the theatrical cut.
Yeah, Dawn of Justice, Watchmen, it's just, I don't know.
I didn't see the Dawn of Justice Snyder cut. I did. See that.
There were a few extra scenes that helped quite a bit with the plot.
Yeah, it did.
The only thing I remember from that movie is that scene in the warehouse where Batman's beating the shit out of everyone.
Oh God,
one of my. That scene was fucking great. Zack Snyder can do action. If you hate everything about Zack Snyder, which a lot of people do for some reason, you cannot say that he can't do action.
Hey, if it wasn't James Cameron on Battle Angel Alita, I would have asked for Zack Snyder.
I agree with that.
Yeah,
I agree with that. I'll take that, to be honest with you. You know what? I would honestly take. And I like Rodriguez too. I'm not saying I dislike Rodriguez. Actually, I would have loved to see an R-rated cut of Alita with him. Collaborating with Quentin Tarantino again. That would be fun. Because Alita goes to some dark places, and Rodriguez, in some of his movies, goes to some dark places. You know what I mean? Especially with Quentin. But no, the Snyder Cut has helped change the movie landscape in that we have streaming now. I'm fine with streaming. You can make these extremely long form fucking stories and they will sell. They will make money. You know what I mean? Especially for these online fandoms. You know what I mean? So I really think that that's changed things. Maybe we might not get a sequel in the way that we think we will. And I've been saying this for a long time. Maybe we might not get that big theatrical James Cameron IMAX release. Maybe we might get something on streaming. And maybe it might take the form of maybe like something in between a miniseries and the Snyder Cut, because the Snyder Cut's basically a miniseries. So maybe we might get something like that. And if it has most of the same actors and people working on the story, I'm pretty sure that I would be satisfied, to be honest with you.
Yep.
And especially if it's a miniseries, we can get a lot more of the story than we could in a 2-hour film,
Yeah,
I've got one question though. Is there, before we move on to the next one, if there is another, is there any precedent set where a movie's been released, like there may or may not have been a second or a third, but in between then like a spin-off movie has been produced, or a spin-off series, or etc. has been produced
Terminator.
between.
Yeah.
Actually, yeah, that's a good idea.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Terminator did that.
Firefly, Firefly was, a series, and of course then Serenity came about after that. So,
And Tremors did too. Tremors had
Yeah.
a TV series before they had sequels too. So.
oh, that damn movie is hilarious. That first Tremors movie.
Oh, I love the first Tremors movie.
Yeah.
I love Bert.
Yeah, got it.
Did I tell you that I've watched all of them now?
Yeah, I think you watched them all before I eated myself.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I remember you were going through them because I didn't get through the last one. I think or the hasn't come out. I don't remember. But
I don't think I've watched A Cold Day in Hell yet. No.
Yeah, I remember I got through like half of it, something like that. But yeah, but yeah. So but no, man. I don't know. There's a lot of potential for this fucking series. You know what I mean?
Yeah, there is.
For this franchise.
I just want to go back to Figure 4 just for a second, though, because Cran put a tweet in there that
What?
was hilarious, about how creepy loves Figure 4. I like that scene where he fights Alita and she beats the holy crap out of him.
And he doesn't give up. He keeps
That's
fucking
exactly
going.
right. He doesn't. He keeps coming. And
You know what's
He
even
wakes
better
up
about
out of
the video
unconsciousness. What happened?
No, in Martian Memory, you actually play as Figure, and you
Yeah.
can't win. It's the one boss fight you cannot win. She beats you no matter what.
Have you played through Martian Memory? Or did you only watch it on YouTube?
I've
There are
watched,
playthroughs on YouTube.
I've watched
I'm gonna
some of
keep
it on-
playing it. I'm gonna keep playing it till it's done. I'm gonna continue. I've been
Wait, no,
doing
you
other
said you
things.
played it or you actually watched or you just watched through it?
I am playing through it and recording as I go.
Oh, you got it. Oh, okay, shit, damn, I didn't know that.
I actually was willing
I'll-
to pay the $70 to get it.
Yeah, I really want to play that fucking game. Man, that game right there, remaking that would be fucking perfect. Oh, did he drop?
Oh, we lost him.
No.
Is that a PC game? Can you get that in PC?
No.
You probably
No.
can get it emulated. You can probably find it emulated somewhere.
Okay, all right.
Well, I
Oh.
could Dan, I can
Yeah.
send you a message on how to find it.
Okay, I'll take it because I really do want to play that game. That game is something I like older games more than. Never mind, he's gone again.
I've always wanted it, but it was one of those that there were never any copies until the movie came out. Now suddenly copies are popping up, but they're expensive.
Yeah, they're like $120 and shit like that.
I can't.
70 was the price drop. That was when the price went down, but I think it went back up again.
Mm-hmm.
Well, yeah. So Cranberry, I just pulled up some of my watch list for my movies. There's
Okay.
some movies that you need to watch. This first one, you need to watch this one because you talked about the aesthetics of John Wick. This one isn't quite that high when it comes to aesthetics, the look, but it's up there. But you need to watch this with Rido. It's called Butt Boy. Have you heard of this?
No.
Cranberry, you absolutely need to watch this movie. If I explain anything to you, it's gonna ruin the whole thing. But
I can already tell you just that title, he's gonna walk out the room.
No, he probably won't because it's not. See, it sounds like a fucking stupid ass Kung Pao kind of movie, but it's actually a competently shot movie. Like it's a well done movie. It's one of those movies that doesn't like give you everything. It's not like a ha funny movie. Don't read the description. If you read him the description, he won't stay. But if you just turn it on, he'll watch it. I guarantee you. He'll watch it and then realize what it's about and be like, "What the fuck?"
What other movie were we meant to trick Ryder into watching?
Dragon Ball Evolution.
That's a complete gone.
Yeah, he won't watch that. But no. Cranberry, seriously, watch Cranberry. Just right now, go watch 10 seconds of a trailer for Butt Boy. Just type in Butt Boy 2019.
I'm already on it.
Don't watch. I don't want you to spoil. I don't want to spoil it for you though. You know what I mean? Because the trailer will spoil it. But I actually like that movie.
Just 10 seconds.
Butt Boy.
But yeah, you're gonna hate that movie. Don't watch that. Cranberry will like it. Cranberry would fucking enjoy it. Basically, it's like these two guys meet at Alcoholics Anonymous. One of them's a detective, and a bunch of kids go missing. That's all I want to say about it. And the ending is great. You're gonna fucking love that one.
Okay, I'll look into it if nothing else for myself. Although some friends were talking about they can judge how bad a movie is on if I've bought it or not.
No, this one I think it's a crossover because it's like got the corny shit that you like, the corny horror shit, but it's an actually like it's not like an 80s B movie. It's got the story of a B movie, but with like I don't know, like it looks kind of well done, like an indie film, you know.
Okay, I'll add it to my checkout list.
And another one's called Bloody Hell from 2019. That one was fucking good.
That one
don't know if
sounds
you saw it.
familiar.
It's
Bloody hell.
Bloody
yeah
hell.
from 2019.
I honestly, dude, the past 2 years I have barely been able to watch any movies.
These are
I'm
just
gonna move off the MCU, you guys.
Thank you.
All right, sorry, I just had to get those out for Cranberry because I watched
Not
them
a
and I thought
problem.
about her.
No problem.
I'm actually gonna make my wife watch The Blob and The Thing in the next couple of
Oh,
weeks.
the remakes, right? Not the originals.
The 80s ones.
Nice.
The 80s
It's-
ones. I don't know if those are the remakes or not. I haven't.
They
I just
are.
remember-
They are. The very first versions of both of those films are kind of.
Are they even older than the 80s?
Yeah, they're
Okay.
from the 1960s.
Oh, okay. Shit. I just remember seeing The Blob and the Thing with my mom when I was a kid because she likes that shit. So, but The Blob's actually a good movie.
It is. So is the thing.
They had Steve McQueen in it, didn't it?
I don't fucking know.
That old
I
that
haven't
old
seen it since I was a
50s.
kid.
Yeah, it's an old 50s movie. Yeah, I think it had Steve McQueen in it, I think.
Oh no, so we're talking about the 80s versions.
Oh, the 80s version. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, no, they're actually pretty good movies. But sorry, I had to digress from there because I've been holding these in for months, especially Butt
No
Boy.
problem.
To tell Cranberry about.
No problem whatsoever. No problem, Dan.
I need to hear from you again, Cranberry, about what you think about Butt Boy.
Okay.
I actually made my mom watch that movie, and my mom
Oh, geez.
actually liked that. She liked it too, because she's just like it's just one of those things where like you don't want to turn it off because you're just you don't know what's going on the screen. It's like what the fuck, you know what I mean? It's not crazy like you think it is. It's played completely straight. But anyway, back to Alita and
Star
what are we doing
Trek.
next at the Marvel Star Trek. I'm not the Star Trek.
I'm
guy.
out
I-
again.
Oh
I don't
gosh.
know.
Well, we won't stay too long on this. The main thing is, of course, it's got space travel in it, and it spans like 3 and even more than 3 centuries, really. That Star Trek Discovery even goes as far as the 29th century. So, right around the 26th century fits right in the middle of that. And in Star Trek itself, they've actually, now this is something I know a little bit about because I used to be a Trekkie. But anyway, they have been able to do time travel in Star Trek by doing some kind of gravitational slingshot, and it would, propel them at speeds that would, get them to go backward and forward in time. So, they
Technically,
easily.
right.
Yeah, go ahead.
There's been multiple actually. I think there's been a
Yes.
Star Trek 4, and I like that one because it was, it was comedy, just a relief from it all.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
really
exactly.
going to the sun.
Yes, that's right. And they had an episode in the original series where they did that too, where they, used the slingshot to, travel, backwards and forwards in time, that kind of stuff, So
Right.
yeah, they could definitely do that. Now, we did a couple, I guess it was last week, we, compared, or a week before, we compared Alita to cyborgs and androids. And one of them was Data, he's in the next generation. And he's definitely an android. So, so there's some possibility there. Now, these universes are so different in a lot of ways that I'm not sure that would fit, that well. There'd have to be some pretty big adjustments. But at least
I think that they would hate Alita. Because aren't they like more? I'm thinking about the one with Picard. Aren't they like more
Next
trying
generation, yeah.
to be?
Yeah.
They're trying to be more peaceful. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They're not trying to start wars and shit. And Alita just wants to like tear people in half the time. You know?
Well,
Yeah.
if you got to watch Deep Space Nine and Worf is an ambassador to Klingons, you get to see him do a nice little, I guess it's kickboxing matches. Klingons are just punching and kicking the crap out of each other in the ring. It was pretty awesome.
Well, I think Alita would get along real well with the Klingons. I think she would, and I think she would also get along pretty well. Well, I'm not sure how well, but there's a group in that universe called the Borg, and they're all cyborgs, every one of them, and they got a hive mind going and stuff like that. But they're all about conquering. You know, that's what they are. So you know, I'm not sure Lita would. You know, I don't think she would resist being assimilated by them. But you know, they're similar.
That would be
to
a
her.
good story, actually.
Yeah,
I'm
probably.
trying to
would.
resist that. I would watch that.
Yeah.
Resist.
That's actually a good question. Could she be assimilated and could she resist their pull?
Well, which version of Alita are we talking about?
Well, it would have to be, well, for her to definitely resist, it would be the Imaginos version. So,
Well, the problem with the Borg is that they have a problem with solid objects like blades and bullets.
yeah,
In First Contact, basically Picard just took away all the safety restraints so that bullets could actually be lethal. That was one of them. And the other one was when Worf was out and was doing the spacewalk. He pulls out his knife and just starts cutting the Borg to pieces.
yeah, we're you know, Cram, we're going to get to Star Wars after this, but
I haven't seen any of this shit.
Yeah, I've seen Star Wars. I like Empire Strikes Back a lot. That's a
yeah,
really good
I like
movie.
that one. Well, the first three of them maybe were pretty good, you know, but you know, they cut the last two. I'm not sure. I'm going to it. You know, I mean, holy mackerel.
Talking about fight choreography, I'm gonna say this: the best fight choreography in all of Star Wars. Right? You watch the prequels, and there's a bunch of fucking backflips and shit that no one ever does in a real fight. And then there's the fucking whatever the hell that was, and the new sequels. The best choreography is at the end of Return of the Jedi, where Luke is just fucking wailing on Vader. That's a fucking fight. That's what a fight looks like right there.
Yeah.
That's it. I like that shit. Alita would do really fun. Honestly, that would fit in really well right there.
I think Alita would fit better in the Star Wars universe than she would in the Star Trek universe.
Yeah.
Now the
whole
one thing, go ahead.
Don't give in to your anger thing with the Jedi. She'd be like, yeah, fuck that.
Yeah. That's right. So, but you know, the big difference, of course, is that you know Star Wars happened, you know, many millennia ago in a galaxy far, far away. So you know, it had to be some serious time travel on that one, you know. But I think she definitely would fit very well. And you know, there's been some stuff on the internet, and I've seen some things on YouTube where, or maybe not YouTube, but Twitter, where they've asked, you know, how would Alita stand up against a Jedi who has a lightsaber and she's got that plasma, you know, weapon that she has and the Damascus blade, you know, and I think a lot of folks say she'd fit in very well. I mean, she would be able to protect herself, you know. So,
which version of Alita?
Movie
Alita? I think the Jedi would win because they got that
I think
Force
so
shit.
too. Yeah, because you know, they, you know, like for instance, Luke Skywalker. If you've seen the Mandalorian, have you seen that, Den?
No, I've not seen that.
You need to see that. You need to see. Well, it's 2 seasons now. It's like 8. It's going to be like 16 episodes for 2 seasons. And I don't want to spoil anything in case you do want to watch it. But the very last episode was epic. You know, and you know. But the thing about a lot of Jedi, like say Yoda, you see there on the left, Darth Vader, and even you know. Obi-Wan Kenobi and these folks, they have like a telekinesis capability that Alita. So you know, if she's in a berserker body or a tuned body, she's not going to be able to. She's not going to be able to fight these guys, you know. But in her Imaginos body, particularly that Imaginos 2.1 body, where she can move at, you know, light speed, now she's got a really good chance, you know, to win that fight, you know. So.
In the cat body, she was able. Remember, she crushed Agama Body's hand.
Yes,
that's one of my favorite scenes, and he kind of has like a force power, not necessarily the same, but she was able to overpower that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly.
And, so yeah, Imaginos 2.0 would definitely be able to fucking take a Jedi and crush their fucking hands.
Yeah, I think so too. You know.
Basically, just quickly touching on the Mandalorian recommendation. It is at the finale of season 2 that's worth watching, but there's a lot in it, and there's a lot in the story of that particular episode that either won't make sense, or you'll think, why do they do that? And it only makes sense once you've watched pretty much the rest of the series prior,
Yeah.
season 1 and 2. So that's why we say, I think that's why Creaky says watch both seasons if you can get through them. And they're not that bad. They're not that corny or anything like that. But
I heard it was good. It's just,
it is good.
I'm not
It's
super
very
interested
good.
in Star Wars. You know what I mean? But I heard it was good. I heard a lot of the Star Wars fans liked it. You know?
Yeah. Well, Robert Rodriguez, he actually directed episode 6 in season 2. So
yeah, I heard.
Yeah, and he did a great job too.
But yes,
it's just like I said. I don't have anything bad to say about Mandalorian or anything. It's just I never really thought about even going to look at it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, that last Star Wars movie, I'm glad I saw it and all that, but I was kind of, it was probably my least favorite one of all of them. So
the latest one.
Yeah, well, the last movie, what is it, the Rise of Skywalker or something like that. That was my least favorite of all of them.
Yeah, I watched that one in the theater. I didn't see The Last Jedi. I had skipped that one. But I heard this new one was so bad that I wanted to go see it just for the fun of it.
Just see how bad it was.
Yeah, and honestly, I didn't really get how bad it was because I don't have any context because I didn't see the other movies.
Yeah.
But it was a movie. I couldn't really tell you.
Exactly.
It was long. It felt long. It felt longer than the Snyder Cut did.
Even though it's shorter. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Okay, so I imagine Cran wants us to get off of this one.
I've got one. Cranberry, do you don't ever play video games, do you? Only Rido does?
I just depends on the one, and yeah.
I was gonna say a great one. Now it wouldn't be a crossover story wise, but as like a unlockable character would be awesome. Put Alita in the fucking Resident Evil games. I've been playing those recently.
I've watched them. I've watched them be played because I am terrible at first-person shooters. But those are fun to. Oh god, she would kick ass.
Yeah, that would be. Oh, only one of them's a first-person shooter, actually. And actually, the thing that's crazy about the Resident Evil games is that they're basically an anime. Like a lot of people complain about the Resident Evil movies being super corny and shit, but it's like, dude, did you play the fucking game? It's just as corny. It's it's a fucking anime.
Man, I love first-person shooters. I love them.
I'm terrible. I like to watch them. Like I love to watch Resident Evil and what was the other one? Oh crap!
Doom.
No, Metal Gear. The Metal Gear game.
Metal Gear Solid. Yeah.
I didn't get to play those. I didn't have a PlayStation back in the day.
Oh no, I remember playing the original one because I'm playing NES right now. Like that's how it all started.
Nice.
And Snake was based off Kyle Reese from the Terminator.
Oh, okay.
Now, when I was a little tiny kid, games were banned when I was a kid, so I didn't get to play any till I got about teenage years.
Oh, it happened to me. Not until I was an adult, but I can play old NES games.
Oh yeah, we have I think 3 NESs for some reason.
But it's okay.
Damn.
I don't know why. I think we just keep finding them cheap and keep buying them.
Hey man, it might be worth something eventually.
No.
No.
I used to have a Japanese PlayStation 2, but we sold that a long time ago.
Oh.
Yeah, I don't know. I think she'd be. So we don't have any Resident Evil fans here, so I don't know. I think that'll be a fun little crossover to play as her, one of those games.
Well,
yeah,
I believe they got the idea for the gun at the end of Resident Evil 3 from the solenoid squench cannon from Battle Angel. It's like the same idea. It's a big rail gun.
Okay, no, I know what you're talking about now. Yeah. But guys, I'm sorry. I'm gonna have to get out of here before we go to this next one. So
hey, Den, I'll send you a message.
All right, man. Definitely.
Everything I said, I'll tell you.
I can't promise I'm gonna be present all that much, but I'm gonna try to be. I had a lot of fun on the stream. Who knows? Maybe I'll actually just come back next week. So
we sure as hell enjoyed having you, Dan. I mean, we missed you, man. So
definitely.
Yeah,
definitely. I miss you guys too, man. And when I come back next time,
All
I
right.
want to hear Cranberry's full review of Butt Boy.
But boy,
Yeah, I want to show you something. What do you think
Give
of this
me-
before you go?
I think I shared that actually. Hold on, I think I might have shared. Yeah, I shared that earlier
Alright,
today
you did.
when I
Yeah,
first got the
that's
stream.
cool.
It's nice. Wait,
Did
so
you ever
who
get
did-
that?
No, I didn't get that. What do you mean?
The gun.
Oh no, I didn't get the gun. I got a different gun because of reasons.
Okay.
I got a different gun that was more expensive, but you know. But anyway, so
All right.
but no, it's definitely good being back. I'm gonna see if I can talk to some other guys like fucking Ray tomorrow or something like that, and Star of Elion, and finish my rounds, and then I'll talk to Gary and David before next week and see if maybe I can come on again.
All right. Yeah, we'd love to have you, Dan. I'll keep shooting you links. So
yeah.
All right, man. All right, I just want to make sure I said goodbye to everybody. Yep, Cranberry, Radio Chaos. Hey, Chaos, good talking to you too. I didn't get to talk to you as much before, so good hearing from you where you're not all broken up and have bad signal and all that shit like you were on my streams.
True. Hey, I cracked open a 14% beer for you tonight, man.
and
Welcome
Hey,
back.
man, cheers.
Hey,
yeah,
Enjoying
let's collaborate on a video, Dan.
Definitely. Y'all have a good one, all right?
All right, man.
all right, man.
So anyway, well, Transformers is one. We don't. Alita would fit pretty well with these androids. We don't need to go into it too much. So anyway, here's some of the other universes that we might have missed out on. There's Radio Chaos again. So there's a lot of potential for a lot of crossovers for Alita. So one of them up there is kind of a joke, is Buck Rogers in the 25th Century. That came out in the 70s. And it was kind of a hilarious type thing. And the voice of one of the robots was actually the same guy that was the voice of Bugs Bunny. So, but anyway, there's some, certainly The Expanse is a really good science fiction movie or, series. And certainly Aliens, would be, I think Alita that'd be really awesome if she was to get into the Aliens and Predator type things. So
I've got two that just popped into my head. I'll share my screen again.
Okay.
That one, and that button. Alrighty, I won't spend too much on them, but this first one is called, the Japanese one is Tekkaman Blade, but the English dub, is it dub? Yeah, dub.
yeah,
Is called Technoman, and basically the short version of the story of this one is that there's a race of space, like a biological, biotechnology, alien race called the Venomoids, basically find Earth, and they want to colonize it, but first they have to get rid of the native species, and the Earth have some defenses, but they're more or less quickly overwhelmed. And one of the ways that they sort of absorb the or try to take over is that they absorb the native races into their, I don't know, colony, if you want to call it that, and make them into soldiers called Technomen. One of them in particular, Blade, he basically goes haywire, or more of a failed experiment, and he ends up on the side of Earth, and the entire series is just him fighting against the Venomoids, fighting against other Technomen, and ultimately against the commander. And in the English version, most of the humans that are sort of taken over are part of the same family even as well. So some of the, I guess, evil Technomen, they end up fighting brothers, sisters, cousins, whatnot. And I'm trying to remember, the year that it's set in isn't too far away as well. But anyway, I thought that'd be a cool crossover, mainly because of the I'd like to see like the complete. How should I put it? Like the complete
Yeah.
robotic technology versus like biotechnology. It's like Venus and Mars, if you want to use some last order references. Like
Or
Venus
say,
is all
or
the
say
like
Venus and Jupiter, right?
actually yes. Now that you mention it,
Yeah.
and like having that sort of crossover has that sort of feel to it as well. And there's some of the other pictures, plus the fact that the Technomen themselves, kind of look pretty cool.
Yeah, that was a TV series, wasn't it?
That was, and like they're more armor suits and like cybernetic enhancements
Yeah.
because you can't really take it off per se, but when they transform and go back to human, like it's completely different. Like they're separate entities. If you want, like that picture, there's a perfect example.
Yeah.
But the other series,
What time period is that, Angelus?
I think it actually had its own time period. From now that I'm sort of recalling it more, yeah.
So there's
Earth, 192, whatever that
okay.
means. So I don't know. It's just one of those. It's more of a what if crossover, if you will.
Yeah.
The other series I was actually wanting to go over is Aeon Flux.
Oh yeah.
Now, I was going over this one because, like, I did see it, but it's been such a long time that I actually forgot part of it. And basically, from what I can remember, like, I don't want to spend like 5 minutes reading it and then telling you guys what I just read. But basically, it's like a government or like a upper class are trying to subjugate the lower class, and they're not going to have any of it. And so they're warring against each other, and then assassins come into the picture trying to kill off the leaders of the other, or something like along those lines. And Aeon Flux is one of them. I forget what side she fights on. She might have like fought for both. Who knows? But for this one, it's more the fact that the two characters aren't too dissimilar. The only thing that would be different is the fact that she's not a cyborg, but beside that particular detail,
that was Charlize Theron, wasn't it? Yeah, that's who that
for
is.
the live action movie. Yeah. They actually
I remember that movie. I saw it a long time ago. She actually fights this one woman that's kind of biologically enhanced, and what I remember about her was she had hands for feet. Where she could, it's like she had 4 hands almost,
Yeah, and like for a live action adaptation, she's definitely rocking that Alita look quite a bit as well.
Oh yeah.
And then, like I said, it was in a way adapted from a comic or graphic novel, which was actually also made into a anime as well. So that's an interesting little factoid.
Yeah.
But yeah,
the anime came before the movie.
Oh my God! You came just as he left.
Yeah, Dan just left about 3 minutes ago.
No, I was listening, but I was waiting for my son to get off my computer.
Oh, okay.
All right. But yeah, so they're just the two that I wanted to hang on.
Yeah, sure.
Sharing. They're just the two that I wanted to touch on.
You're definitely missing one.
Oh, we're probably definitely missing a few when you think about it. But
yeah, which one?
Ghost in the Shell.
Oh God, yes. I should have had that in there. Yeah, you're right. Because that character is very much like Alita in a lot of ways, isn't she?
Mm-hmm. It's also another good cyberpunk series.
Oh man, I don't know why I didn't think of that, because I saw that movie. I actually enjoyed it, although I think Alita's a little better, I think. But I enjoy, of course, anything with Scarlett Johansson, I'm gonna like it. So whatever. So yeah. So okay, yeah. Ghost.
To be fair,
Damn, I should have thought of that.
to be fair, I like anyone that says actors should stick to acting, but
Yeah, that's right. Yep, I agree.
and that's not a diss on actors in general either. It's just that. Anyway, we won't go into that. That's a whole different kettle of fish.
Yeah, I want to catch Maxie up. I'm not going to go through every single one of these, but Maxie, here's some of them. The IPs we've kind of gone over, and I'm just going to click through them here. So we didn't spend a lot of time on this one. So
Oh yeah, you found that picture with Alita on
yeah,
on his shoulder.
yeah, that's one of my favorite pictures of her with the with the Transformers. So Maxie, can you think of any? I'm sure you can. Any franchises or universes that maybe is not we don't have up there or whatever?
Did you mention Blade Runner?
No, did not
That's
mention.
another good one. Yes.
Yep, that's a good one. Exactly.
She would kick ass in Blade Runner.
Oh yes, she would.
You wouldn't see those poor
Replicants.
What are they called? Yeah, replicants. You wouldn't see those poor replicants having such a bad time if she was on their side.
Yeah, that's right.
My goal this year to actually watch all of Blade Runner.
Yeah. I believe you. Millions wouldn't.
I've only seen the second half, which is crazy.
Yeah.
Hey, I finally saw John Wick, so I mean.
Yeah. Yeah, I gotta watch.
It's possible, I guess.
That's something that we could explore doing. Maybe once a month, have a watch party of movies we're meant to catch up on. John Wick being one of them, and I don't know. Or we can just do that on our off time.
I'm going to go ahead and tell you, or do you not want to let me pick a pill?
Why not, Cran?
Oh, if you think Butt Boy sounds bad, I can dig up some much worse than that.
Well, I don't, to Angles, I don't think as part of the Alita live stream, I wouldn't want to do a watch party of another movie.
Actually, yeah, you got a good point.
We could do something else, and just say, hey, we're going to watch Ghost in the Shell, or we're going to watch Blade Runner, or something like that. Yeah, we can do that. Maybe a Wednesday or something, Wednesday,
Yeah,
Thursday for you guys in the future. So, yeah.
Us guys in the future.
Yeah, that's right.
But yeah,
So I heard Den a little bit before he had to go, but did he say he was coming on the stream tomorrow?
No, but I can send him a link if you. Haven't talked about the Radio Chaos stream yet. We did mention a couple of the episodes where we interviewed Tilly Lockey and Lita Kalogridis, but
yeah, he's missed out. Like just recently, he should have come back like maybe a month earlier.
I'll shoot him. I'll shoot him a StreamYard link.
Yeah.
He said don't expect him to come on a whole lot. He's very busy.
He's still. I guess he's still somewhat in the background. I guess
he's still a man of mystery.
Yeah, that's right. But it's great. Go ahead, Andy.
I'm just still pretty green when it comes to hosting. So, with the exception, like Den will probably be the only exception if he came on as a special guest star sort of thing, because I don't know. I just feel like Maxie will probably be able to deal with random things that might come up, whereas me, I'd be all over the place if Den was there. Not saying that it's a bad thing, but I guess I'd get distracted. I guess would probably be the better thing.
Well, there's always distractions, man.
Sure.
Just gotta train your brain to focus on the important stuff.
Yeah.
Like a leader.
Yeah, that's
That's
right.
right.
Okay, so anyway, I can't think of any other franchises, IPs, universes, whatever you want to call them.
Appleseed.
What the
Ooh, that's a good one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Appleseed? What is this?
Um,
Go ahead, Maxie.
do I have any good images? So Appleseed is another manga / anime. It's basically it's a future after a big war, and there's sort of this area in Japan that it's an area that includes Japan, but they're sort of trying to rebuild, and they've basically created artificial like sentient humanoids. You've got some images up there already. They've created sentient humanoids to run the place because they don't trust themselves to do it anymore. But there's all these other groups that are causing issues, and it's kind of a bit like Gits, but they've taken it even further. And it's a very good manga and anime. And there's like one on Netflix, I think.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they've almost like rebooted the anime a couple of times, I think now. But the original's like completely like cell animated, like the cartoony animation, and the most recent one's like computer animated, and they're all quite good. They're all that sort of deep psychological, theological sort of anime that you sort of get in Ghost in the Shell, Standalone Complex, and that sort of anime. So it's really quite interesting.
Okay. Oh,
So
there's another one.
I'd highly recommend it. But she'd kick ass in that one as well.
There's another one there that seeing that one reminded me. Ex Machina would be I guess would be another one, wouldn't it?
The film?
Yeah.
That was a good movie.
I still haven't seen it. I don't know.
Yeah,
why.
type that one in. Yeah, there you go. Images, yeah.
Definitely a film that played with the what makes you human concept.
Yeah.
Stop.
Now I didn't see this movie, so does it have a bunch of fighting and stuff like that?
No, it's a character study.
Okay. I guess another one would be iRobot too.
Why does that look familiar?
Yeah.
The scene, the pose.
Yeah.
everything.
Yeah, it's very much like Alita getting her berserker body, isn't it?
Yeah.
Except Alita would take that that particular cyborg to pieces.
Yeah, I think so.
Well, she's not a combat cyborg per se, is it?
Yeah.
Yeah, and I guess iRobot would be another one. So the Will Smith movie, I saw that movie. It was pretty good.
I found it.
Yeah.
Can I do some sharing?
Yeah.
Pressing all the buttons, finding all the things. Okay, so we have this one. Do you recognize that?
Of course.
Can you put that together?
Yes.
That's a Gits crossover.
Now, what is that on the right hand side of the?
You don't know?
No, I don't.
I think Granbury knows.
I know.
It's
Does
Teagle.
Angelus know?
It's what?
I said it's
Spider tank.
Teagle.
No, it's a spider tank from Ghost in the Shell.
Oh, damn.
So he's protecting the car.
Okay.
that scene at the end of Ghost in the Shell.
The only thing I remember at the end is when she's talking to that Asian woman there at the. I don't know if it's not a cemetery, is it? But it's.
Oh no, this is the anime, not the movie.
Oh, okay.
I don't think
the
they
real
watched the
Ghost in the
anime.
Shell. Don't give me that Hollywood crap.
Max, we're the nerds here.
Yeah, we are current.
Oh, at work, I constantly get called a nerd. I was sitting here talking about, resolution and pixels on camera and images, and they're like, wow, you really are a grade A nerd.
Well, it happens.
Yeah.
Wear that title with pride.
Yeah, we did talk about this one. Finn Berserker said Alita and Nebula. That would be the MCU though. That Guardians of the Galaxy. So, and not just Guardians of the Galaxy, but even yeah.
There we go.
I would like to see those two working together. I don't think they'd be on opposite sides somehow. They might be to start with by accident, but
Who is the woman holding the gun?
The Major.
Major Kusanagi
Okay.
from Ghost in the Shell, like the main character.
Okay. Well. Okay.
Oh, we got to educate you, my boy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think there's some anime watching and some manga reading to do.
Yeah, I do definitely.
Plus some John
And
Wick.
I think
Yeah,
you probably already did that one.
Yes, we did.
Oh, I like that girl.
Help
But
me, Obi.
you should recognize the backdrop. It's very iconic.
Yeah.
Death battle. Let's scroll across.
How?
One of the things we did talk about when Den was on, when we were on Halo, is that the rifle or the gun that Master Chief has is the same gun that Alita has in that movie, in that little short, The Fall, The Great War, The Fall.
Yeah, the designs do kind of cross.
Yeah, they're very similar, yeah.
So, Justin, are you coming on tomorrow? I PM'd you, DM'd you, whatever they call it these days.
Well, I'm definitely going to be on.
How good. He hasn't responded.
Is Tony going to be the stream manager?
I haven't heard anything.
Because I sent him a DM and who's doing it. And I haven't seen a thumbnail either.
Oh, I think after last week, everybody was just so stunned that nothing's happened.
I mean, I put together a quick one, but
I've been having all sorts of difficulties getting people to come on this week. I think after last week, everybody's just sort of, stunned and worn out.
Yeah. It's like overload.
Oh, last week was amazing.
God, it was. That was the best stream ever last week, and that's saying a lot because Tilly's was really good too.
Yeah. No, I was hoping to get
Billy.
Billy Blair.
Yeah.
This week, but he's unavailable. He's one of these people that says, "Oh yeah, I'll do it a couple of weeks ahead of time," and goes, "Oh no, I can't do it now."
God, I'm hearing a train in the background.
That's my background noise, stupid road work.
Okay.
So apparently,
Clean up
National
it.
Horny Day is more important than give Alita her sequel. That's a shame. National Horny
You
Day.
saw that.
Yeah, Jesus Christ. I thought every day was National Horny Day.
Yes, my child.
Well, you guys know I got to have this picture in there.
I know. I know.
Yeah. Yep. Every week I say this. Rose is number one in my book, Jack. She definitely is. You know, without her, we wouldn't have had quite as good as Alita as we had. So, or as we have, rather not had, have. Same thing every week. Why is this image here?
Because you like it.
Yeah, that's right. And because I'm running the stream, of course.
There you go.
Yeah.
Your playground, your rules.
Well, with Rosa, like I've always said that you know, I've seen the anime a few times before and I enjoyed it. I've heard that there was I knew of the manga but never read it. But the live action adaptation is what like completed the conversion after 20 odd years. And
Took you long enough, Jesus.
yeah, I know, right? And I got to meet all you guys as well, and like the live action, the one thing I liked about it so much is that the fact that it's such a well done adaptation. Like I knew, like at first I didn't like the eyes, as everyone knows, but they were the first thing I fell in love with. I went into the movie knowing that it wasn't going to be an exact copy, but I was surprised at how well that they paid homage to the source material in general. And then as I found out, they paid even more, like they honored the source material even more so once I actually got to read it and know about it. But it was the way that Rosa portrayed Alita that makes me put Rosa as my number one actress. It's not just because she is Alita, that's a equal first place if you want to put it that way, but it's because of the fact that the movie is such a well done adaptation, such a well done movie in general, and it's such a well adapted story that that's why I, like we all do, I fucking love this movie, fucking love the people involved, cast and crew, and that's why we're all part of the Alita army.
Yeah, exactly.
I nearly forgot this. It was a AU that I started writing for a friend. It's
I've heard of Stranger Things, but I've never heard of the Dragon Prince.
Oh Jesus Christ, Creaky! Your education is so.
Go back to school.
It's as outdated as Cran is short.
Oh, there you go. Go ahead, Cran, say it.
That's a slap. Like Chris. God.
La 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 la. Fuck
I think
you.
I think you two should round on Angelus and give him a solid beating.
Yes.
That involves you coming to Australia. The flora and fauna would protect me.
I mean, he's not lying.
Those damn spiders definitely wouldn't they?
No, again, Netflix, Creaky. There's 3 seasons. The Dragon Prince is awesome. Have you ever watched? God.
I wish you wouldn't ask me this.
I wish you wouldn't. Oh, come on, brain work. Avatar, the Last Airbender.
Oh, I love.
Oh
Avatar.
yes, I saw that.
So, if you've watched Avatar, it's by the same mob, but it's completely different universe. Josephine, you need to turn down your volume on your.
Mute the YouTube.
If you watched Avatar, it's by the same mob.
Yes, Dan, I'm going to mute you until you mute he's off.
Oh boy.
Well, we'll be here for a little bit.
Yeah. So the character of Rayla, she's like a strong female character, but she has all of these insecurities, and she's an assassin, but she doesn't like killing people. So
that could be a problem.
Doesn't like to kill people.
No, but it's a fantasy realm, but yeah, it's really well written. Like, I'm always about a story that's really well written, and this is really well written. So I highly recommend the Dragon Prince to everybody. And the good news is that they're making another 4 seasons eventually.
That's what's good. I want to watch it, but I really like to wait till things are complete. Then I can just kind of marathon the whole thing in one go.
No, you can watch this. You can watch the first 3 seasons because they're an arc to the end of sort of like. There's some loose ends, but you can watch the first 3 seasons, and it's complete as a story. Like if they never made any more, it would be okay.
So it doesn't end on a giant cliffhanger like I think.
No, it doesn't.
Okay.
Not like Alita.
I mean, there's some unresolved issues, but it's no giant cliffhanger. It's like a big, warm, fuzzy, tearjerker ending to the what they've produced so far. But they'll probably do a time jump, kind of like I wouldn't say 10 years, but there will probably be a time jump.
Is this better?
Yeah.
Hey, there he is.
I have no idea what was going on.
You had the live stream running in another window, and the audio was combining.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought I closed all that, but evidently not.
Well, that's okay, man. We're glad you're on.
Glad to be here.
Cool.
Hands getting sore from typing.
Yes. Yeah. You've got a lot of chat. You got a lot of chats in there, man.
I try.
Yeah. So where are you located about there, Just a Fan?
Fond du Lac, Wisconsin.
Oh, okay. Cool.
Yeah, so pretty much the same time zone.
What's that, Maxie?
Oh, Just a Fan's coming on the show tomorrow. It was his topic.
This is either going to be the death of me or
Well,
you'll be fine.
Well, the 4 of us have all been on the main live stream, and we're not dead yet. So
yeah, we're still
yet.
Well, there's always
no, I was on the technology one.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, you were. I remember that.
Hey, see,
that was the one where Creaky couldn't keep his mouth shut and it ran for over 4 hours. It was long.
We had a part 2, didn't we?
We still got about 85 slides to get through, don't we?
Maybe. Yeah, we managed to get through all the slides, but it was brutal.
Oh, Lord.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I'll have to watch that one too, I guess, so.
Yeah, no, the Dragon Prince is well worth your time, and you can watch it now without sort of being left on a cliffhanger or anything.
Okay, cool. I'll try and get to it soon-ish.
Let me make a note on that one. God, I got about 4 things to watch.
Oh, 4? You only have 4.
You're kind of like, okay, now I'm hooked. I got to watch the rest of this.
Well, one thing I do like a lot is One Punch Man. I like that.
I love One Punch Man.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. I like that one where he fights the Sea King or whatever it was.
Yes.
All that bravado, and he hits him, and he doesn't do anything. He just punches him one time. It's over.
What I'm watching right now that's oddly fascinating, and I am probably butchering the name Shitshaw. I don't know.
Shit show, yeah.
It's a Jewish drama on Netflix.
Oh,
okay.
Yeah, it sounds like it's about ultra Orthodox Jews, and it's a drama.
It sounds like a shit show. But...
No, it's really good.
I know.
It really is. It's really good characters. The writing is fabulous.
I'm just making fun of your pronunciation.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't have a clue how to pronounce any of it. They speak in like Hebrew and Yiddish, and I'm just like, I don't know what they're saying. Thank goodness there's subtitles.
Yeah, really.
I recommend it if you have time. It's great. Near to finishing the first season.
all right. What's the name of this one? Let me write it down.
Hold on. I got to type this in. I don't know.
Oh, okay. Well,
You're going to be watching a lot of videos this week there, Creaky.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, and I got to finish reading Max's novelization too.
Yes, put that first.
Thank you.
Okay, let's see.
I got one dedicated fan.
Oh, I ain't going nowhere, man. You hooked me. You're stuck with me now.
Okay.
Yeah, you're stuck with me too.
Shatizzle.
Seriously? Shatizzle?
Shatizzle, yeah.
Oh, God, that sounds like a...
It sounds like a rap song.
I was about to say, for shizzle my shizzle.
Yeah, that's right. That's exactly. That's right. For shizzle like a zizzle.
Oh, Armitage 3. That's what it is. I couldn't think of it.
Yes.
Oh,
Oh, gosh, how did I forget that one?
I don't know.
Because there's so many good, like, 90s and 80s cyberpunkish anime, probably.
Okay, so the good news is, Creaky, Armitage 3 is all on YouTube.
Okay.
So you can watch Armitage 3 on YouTube.
Okay.
But yeah, another female cyborg antagonist.
Oh, I gotta watch it then.
Yeah, she's tough. She's trying to work out what the hell's going on, where she fits in.
I'll put it on the list.
I'm sure that there was some sort of crossover in the motivations department for those two, between Alita and Armitage 3.
Okay, it's on the list.
Good.
Cool.
Have you got the Ghost in the Shell standalone complex 2049 that is on Netflix at the moment on your list?
Well, I don't have it on the list, but I mean, I saw the movie Ghost in the Shell.
Yeah, there's a whole heap more, man. You got to keep up.
All right.
So the Ghost in the Shell standalone complex 2049 is on Netflix, or at least it's on Netflix Australia. Hopefully, it's on Netflix. But yeah, you should watch that as well. The animation isn't the best Ghost in the Shell, but the story is just really, really good. So I can forgive shitty CGI animation for a really good story.
Okay, well, I put it on the list. So
Yeah,
now I got 8 things on the list.
And then there's Cyborg 009, which I couldn't quite sit through. It was really painfully long.
It's old.
Yeah, it is very old.
Which doesn't mean it's bad, but it's definitely very slow paced.
So you guys got to remember that my movie watching up till now, up till Alita, of course, comprised of one of two genres, either westerns or superhero movies.
Oh, you poor man.
What's wrong with westerns?
Nothing wrong with westerns, but you gotta...
Tombstone.
I mean, I'll watch anything that's not a rom-com or a stoner comedy, pretty much.
Well, I know my second wife tried to get me to watch other kinds of movies, and she drugged me kicking and screaming. But anyway,
So I really feel bad that I can't remember this off the top of my head because I really liked it back in the 90s, but that was 3-4 decades ago.
Don't remind me of that.
Hey, 1990 was only 10 years ago.
Fair enough. It was a long 10 years ago. Now there was a really good manga which they turned into a couple of. I think it got the OVA treatment, and maybe Cranberry's seen it. Now
throw it at me.
There was it was an invasion of Japan, right? Because it's either Japan or Tokyo or New York. The space aliens don't know about anywhere else. Now there was an alien invasion of Japan. The place was getting the shit kicked out of it. They had biological starships that kind of look like Nautiluses. Is this ringing any bells?
Okay.
Not.
And the vanguard of the invasion was led by a princess. She had horns, but she looked basically like an anime character with horns. So the ones that curl back on her head. She falls for this, average everyday Joe guy. And she decides to take him back to her planet. But then she feels sorry for the humans who are being invaded because Earth was not supposed to be populated. It was supposed to be a reserve because it's the original planet these aliens came from. But then humanity sort of evolved on Earth. And
I found it.
You did? What's it called?
The War in Space in English, released in Japan, is Great Planet War. I have not seen this one.
Oh, well, there you go.
All right, that's another one on the list.
That's interesting.
I've got the manga in a box somewhere, but it's obviously the English version.
Released in 1977.
Maxie, how many mangas do you have?
A few.
I feel like Max and I need to show our manga collection sometime.
Oh, that would be a good stream.
Oh,
I was just gonna say that.
Yeah.
Mine are in 3 separate rooms, if that tells you
There's a
anything.
good stream topic already. No.
Well, you could walk around your house there.
I'm not sure if that's the same one. Oh, Captain Harlock. There's another one that I should
That's a
have
good
thought
one.
of.
Yeah, I mean,
She would-
I'm
she would
assuming
fit right
this.
in there.
There's probably a few that have similar-ish storylines, but that's the first one that popped up that looks very much like what you're talking about.
Pageo Blue Steel.
God, if you want to start talking interplanetary wars, as far as no one's mentioned Robotech yet.
Cat Planet Q's. Oh, of course, Robotech. Duh. Macross. Hello.
There was too many great anime and manga in the 80s and 90s. That was the golden era.
Of course, I guess there was also RoboCop, too. I guess we could have thrown that in.
That's a good one, yeah. Definitely gonna have to look into this anime. Bookmark.
I like that scene in RoboCop, that first one where, he can't shoot the CEO of this company, and then finally somebody on the board of directors says you're fired, and then his screen goes clear, and he shoots him. Yeah, I love that scene.
Have you had a look at my well, they call them PFPs now. They used to be avatars. On my speaking character here.
No.
I love that one.
Bit of a look.
Yeah,
Can you see what it is?
Trending event last night.
Yeah, can you see what it is?
Chocolate ice cream.
That's right. Alita discovers chocolate ice cream.
Max, why don't you show your screen? Why don't you share your screen?
Hang on, I'll pull the image up. Just a second. Where is it? I have too many windows open. Crap. So this is the original image. Yeah, I love trending events because you get all this great art that pops up.
Oh, I know what I wanted to ask you, Max. I meant to send you a DM on this. How many tweets did we end up with yesterday?
I think it was 30,700 odd.
You know what was irritating to me on that was I was following it. The only way I could get at it was through TweetDeck.
Yeah.
And it was like we were like 15th at one point, and there were like 7 other, hashtags that had a lot less tweets than we did, but they were ahead of us. I don't get that.
It's not curated by raw tweets. I think it's got something to do with the calculation of tweets per hour and the number of different accounts that are tweeting.
Yeah.
So if you've got 3,000 or 4,000 tweets from different accounts versus 30,000 tweets from a much smaller number of accounts, it sort of works against you. Excuse me. And I also think that Twitter had something against us. They don't like people gaming their system.
Guys, y'all keep talking. My Cran's favorite Newfoundland puppy wants to go out.
Give him a kiss for me.
No.
Aw.
Oh boy.
I love animals.
Yeah, I think that's got to be pretty much a given.
What, that I love animals?
That you have to love animals pretty much to be on this.
I was like, anytime someone comes to me like, hey, do you mind watching my pet? Nope, bring them over. I want to watch them and love on them and just spoil them rotten.
Those are the best kinds of pets, is other people's, and then you can give them right back.
I mean, we have a therapy dog at work, so I'm with the dog all day.
Oh, that's awesome.
Mm-hmm. Like I give him walks and I brush him, love on him.
Mm-hmm.
I love him.
Yeah, Solly would love you.
Like, hi, Creaky, look, where's your dog?
Yeah. Yeah, hell with you, Creaky. Where's Solly?
Pretty much.
Hey.
Hey, guys.
Oh.
Jeffrey!
Oh, yeah.
We got someone else? Go!
What's up, Gran?
Oh, I
I'm
love
here.
that. We are not broken. We are not alone. That's right.
I like that one.
I do too. I like the one where
Really good.
Loki says, I have an army or something like that. And Alita says, oh, that's cute. I love that one too.
I quite like this one.
Yeah.
That's nice.
Oh, that should say 26th century.
Yes. Nisiana.
Yeah, it's a shame she's such a bit part. Although I don't know how with those things she actually, like does anything else.
Yeah.
Though, wasn't there a piece in the manga where, like, they didn't have to necessarily? Wasn't that, like, part of when Ito was putting Alita together for the first time, where it's like, I don't remember what the conversation was with him and Gerhard, but wasn't there something to that effect where it's like, oh, if you do this, then she doesn't need food or water or anything?
Oh, you can have a glucose. What do they call it?
I can't remember the name, but
yeah, there's a little. You can have like a socket, and you can put a little tube of glucose in it, and then you don't have to eat.
Oh, I
But
love that.
Part of being human is eating and pooping
Yeah.
and stuff. Ida was always big on Alita having to do all of that, so she remembered humanity.
Yep, agree completely.
That meme right there, Maxie, reminds me of that one Batman movie where the Joker says, "You want to see this pencil disappear or something? That want to see a magic trick?"
I think that's where they got it from.
Yeah.
I would have just liked to just say "ta fucking da" at the end of it. That would improve it.
Fucking ta-da, that's right. By the way, Kunstler, the reason why I didn't let you in real quick because I was away from the keyboard.
Oh, you're good. You're good. And then by the time I was done typing that, I was like, "Oh man, all right, never mind."
Yeah, my dog wanted out, so he wanted to go out and eat some snow. So we got like 4 inches overnight night before last. So
What the fuck? It's April.
Oh, wow.
yeah, no kidding. Springtime in the Rockies.
Yeah.
So this is Angelus. I think we should just change the white guy's name to Angelus.
I mean, it's not wrong.
Nice.
That the album cover?
It does look like an album cover.
It does. It's like CD size.
Alita live at Chaos, not Chaos, Kansas 2.
Yeah. Oh, when they do that sequel, I got to see her sing in the Kansas bar.
I know there's at least one interview, if not two, of Rosa singing.
Yeah, that's pretty.
Hey, look, it's Cranberry and Rest of the World.
Boy. And that's Cranberry looking at you after you've said something like that, man.
When we finally meet, man, I'm going to tell you just to go ahead, turn over, bend over, and my foot's going right up your ass.
That 70s show stuff.
Yeah, David, you're kind of at the safety of 12,000 miles right now.
How COVID saved my life. It's very jealous.
And Drop Bears and Gimpy
yeah,
Leaf and all
we
that other nice. Yep.
Hey, there was a news report about a guy who was going to spend 24 hours on the bottom of Sydney Harbour picking up litter to highlight how 90% of the litter that we drop into our oceans is on the bottom, not floating around on the top. So he said that the most dangerous thing about the 24 hours underwater was not, like hypothermia or the psychological effects of being underwater for 24 hours, but it was actually blue-ringed octopus.
Oh.
Yeah.
Mm.
I mean, again, just, Australia trying to kill you.
This is only art that I vacuumed up from over the period of the trending event. So.
Yeah.
And so many went past that I didn't get a chance to save. It was amazing. I love that scene.
Yeah.
That's the Badlands fight with the Barjack.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Pocket soldiers.
Yep. He just punched right through his helmet.
Yep.
Love it.
Gosh, that's making me think that those damn plushies are going to take so much time.
Looking at the armor.
Yeah, I mean, you have to simplify it to a certain extent because they're not going to be full scale size, but it's still, going to take a while. A lot of parts, not cheap.
Oh, did you get that special artwork finished for
Yes. Yes, I did. It is done. He's having the art prints made, and the package was sent to them the other day.
We need to get our videos in by the end of the month too, guys.
Yeah, we do.
We've got the Alita Army one to do, but I've also got another one to do for the Story Weaver, the other.
That was such a good podcast, by the way.
Oh, I'm glad you enjoyed it. Yeah,
I did.
Joe's amazing. He's one of my best friends, and he's just his brain.
I feel like he and I need to discuss a horror movie just like on a stream or something. Like I host one and we just talk.
Well, he'll be in that. But he when he heard that the audio for your stream with the movie seller got corrupted, he was like, "Oh no, I really wanted to listen to that."
I know Dan felt so bad about that. He was like messaging me like crazy. I'm like, dude, shit happens. Don't stress yourself. I had a good conversation. That's the most important. I just feel bad that you wasted your time.
Well, you made a connection with him because you realized that. Oh, look, it's Busy Bee.
Dizzy.
Yep.
Dizzy B cosplaying Jashigan. I wish he was here.
Where is Diz?
Oh, he's probably on the toilet after his coffee in the morning. You know, he spends a lot of time.
Yeah.
That boy does love coffee. Oh, jeez.
Oh, that's cute.
Yeah, we got to get those two back together for a sequel.
Yeah, we do.
So much good art. I mean, they need to make.
They need to be put in charge of the marketing.
Yeah, I mean, look at that. That is just beautiful.
It
You
is.
see the hand in the tree?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, they could do a half dozen different DVD covers.
Oh, for sure.
No problem.
I forget that one company, Sin Museum, I think it was. Don't quote me on that. They did a limited edition Blu-ray. They used fan art for all the covers. Apparently, they didn't get permission for any of it.
Oops.
Oh, geez.
Yeah, so it's kind of like, you know what? I'm a little glad I wasn't able to snag that one.
That's Emma Wilson, isn't it?
Hmm?
That person there is named Emma Wilson, I think. Or it looks like her.
That's a really nice artwork. The ear looks a little bit big, but other than that,
Yeah.
Yeah.
blue-eyed Alita.
I wish I could draw like that. My gosh.
Yeah, really.
No, I can't.
You're closer than the rest of us.
Yeah, you are.
So half the time it's like, here's a rough sketch, and that's like 10 times better than what I could possibly do in my best dream.
Oh,
Maybe.
you should see my mud maps of drawings.
I actually got some old stuff dropped off to me the other day, and there's some really old drawings in there, and oh, they're bad. So yeah, I wasn't always halfway competent. I'll put it that way. So
I thought this was particularly good.
But looking at that stuff would give other artists, like, you know, inspiration to sort of try, because they'll see how quote unquote bad you were. They'll see how good you are now. And it's like, shit, I could probably maybe get half as good in twice as long. But
that's why I'm always positive about that stuff. That's why I shared that broken Alita drawing, despite the fact that I didn't want to.
The broken neck on.
Yeah, the
my dog wants in, guys. I gotta go let him in.
Let him in.
I like that one.
I
feel like
can't,
that's
I can't quite place the face. That face is taken from somebody, but I can't quite place it. Somebody else, like in the like in the 80s or 90s, an actress. I can't think of a name.
I don't know. I don't want to say it was like Wonder Woman, but or it was like an X-Men character, like in a comic book almost. But I like the motion. The lines they were able to do with the motion is really good.
That was another IP we could have talked about. X-Men.
You know, there's another art piece of like this woodwork carving of Alita that I thought looked really, really cool.
Oh, I like that.
Now, if that had wheel feet, that would be the next movie, basically, because that is a promotable body. But for some reason, she's got high heels.
Yeah, high heels are not a good fit. Like, she's never had high heels in anything. It's always been like that planted foot. But I mean, it's an artistic take.
She's never needed it.
Well, I
walk
mean,
into a room and dominate it without being, another couple inches tall. Oops, how did that get in there?
Lilu.
Now there's another one that we could have talked about.
Yeah, that's right. We could have.
Leader in the Fifth Element.
that actually would have made a lot of sense.
Yeah, it would have.
Next. Yeah.
You know what still like makes me go, oh my god, is when you see the actual acrobat that did that. Like she didn't do the one finger, but just the on her hands stand. Gosh.
I think I remember Rosa was saying that person that did that was actually was from Cirque du Soleil.
I believe it.
Definitely a contortionist from that.
Yeah.
Thing.
I love Cirque du Soleil shows. They've turned away Olympic level people before because they didn't think they were good enough.
Yeah.
I love that one.
Yeah, I do too. That one's in one of my videos.
I wish I could paint that realistically. Okay.
Cran, knowing you with a challenge, you could.
I don't need it. I don't need it. Hush. I did actually get a second gift card that would cover the complete cost of a tablet that I was looking at.
Oh, so you don't need that commission after all.
Well, I'm purposely not buying it because it's not like I have time to play with it right now. I like that one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I swear I've seen that same style, but I can't think of where, but it just looks so familiar to me. I don't know why. I don't know why like the angle and artwork looks familiar.
Well, I mean, styles are styles. They translate across genres and artists, so you've probably seen something similar. But I like the motion blur on the close foot.
Yeah.
Or the focal blur, maybe, because the foot's coming towards you.
Yeah,
Well,
that
and
was
you
motion
see the
blur is what it looks like.
And you see the debris too, so you know there's movement.
Yeah. Yeah. It's beautifully done.
Yeah.
Traditional work, yes, on toned paper.
Is that paint?
That's probably either crayons or some sort of pastel.
I think it's a combination. It looks to me like crayons and paint. Like the white is definitely paint.
It could be gel pen too, but yeah, definitely.
Yeah, something like that.
Tone paper's so much fun to play with. Gosh, I need some tone. I don't need tone paper. I don't have any time. I don't need it.
That looks like a serial killer, Alita.
That'll be the doll in the horror movie.
But I have to say, the triangle behind her reminds me of Saved by the Bell. So it's like, it's like, watch out! But it's from the 80s. I don't
Hey, I remember that too.
Oh, that's nice.
Oh, that is amazing.
Wow.
Yeah, it is.
I like the relief effect on that.
Yes, it's nice.
That is.
I wonder if who's doing the wood carving? Brain's gone blank.
I'm doing it.
Oh, you're doing it, Jeffrey.
Yay! Jeez, get with the program.
That's doing it, man.
Sorry, what? People are talking at the same time. What?
I wonder if you could get the CNC machine in on that one.
I gave you a positive reply on that one, Jeff.
I could, but there's a lot of gray in there, and I would need to edit the photo, and that would probably take like two days. There's so much there. There's so much.
Let there be color.
Yep.
Oh, that is cool. How that literally was the same thing. It just
Almost got those octopus lips going too, huh?
It does.
Gotta have those.
I like the different colors on the keys on the key tile.
Yeah.
Oops, that's a small one.
That's what she said.
Oh Lord.
Only to you, dude. I'm gonna shrink it back down. Weird. See those thousands of people over there? Yeah. Those are the Alita army. Oh, we better make them a new movie, huh? Yeah, we better.
So I saw this picture around Christmas time, and I was thinking of Linus and Charlie Brown on stage. It's like, can't anybody tell you what filmmaking is all about? Sure, I can tell you what filmmaking's all about. Just go with your heart and give what the fans they want, and you'll find happiness.
So where's our sequel then?
Yeah, that's right.
Hey, Just a Fan, is this your first time on the stream?
Couple times, but I'm not on. I'm in the chat more often than not.
Yeah, this is the first time I think I've been on with you.
Yeah, trying to think. It would have been whatever one was before that technology chat.
Yeah, I remember you were on that one.
But that one and the one before, whatever the Friday before was.
Yeah.
Well, nice to finally have you on the stream when I'm on. It's good to meet you.
Nice to meet you as well.
I like that. I mean, it's kind of a little cartoony, but it's still done well with the shit.
I really like that.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You notice she got a biological hand?
I noticed that. I'm not gonna lie, it still gives me a little bit of Chucky vibes, but
yeah. That right there for me was right on the border of the Uncanny Valley. I figure that must be what everybody else saw.
Now, Uncanny Valley was the newest Chucky, baby. Holy shit, that was an ugly ass doll.
I have not seen it.
I steer clear of all that.
They very clearly took another script and just changed the character to Chucky. That's all I'll say. I'm out. But I will say Mark Hamill as Chucky is brilliant.
Oh, really?
Yes.
I gotta check that out.
The rest of the character sucked, but yeah.
I did a tweet with this picture, and I said, "Hey, Robert Rodriguez, Jim Cameron, and John Landau, you may want to produce that second movie of Alita because you don't want to piss her off."
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know which I'd hate worse, to make her mad or to make her sad, because I'm not sure which would tear me apart more.
I bet the making her mad would probably tear you apart more.
Well, figuratively,
yeah.
literally, it would.
Yeah.
That.
Even if she's happy, she's still gonna fight you just because she wants to.
Yeah, that's right.
I mean, look at Figure 4. I mean, he
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's hilarious. I really
that is
love
one of the best written.
Yeah, we were talking about that when Den was on, about how Alita just beat the crap out of him.
It's not the coding rituals that I normally go for, but I see how it worked for them.
one fitness montage later.
Yeah. Damn, look at the guns. She's got some guns.
That's
I like the use of just basic shape in that one.
Have I turned this into an art stream?
You kind of have.
a little bit,
Oh,
but that's all right.
We've finished up the crossover part.
Yeah.
The hair looks really good on that.
Yeah, it does.
I mean, the fading of the torso is done really well too.
Mm-hmm.
It's almost crystallized a bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, like it's refracting.
Mm-hmm.
She's going Ultra Instinct.
Hey, Maxie, I want to bring the stream to close. We can still look at in the after party look at all this, but we've been going over 3.5 hours.
Oops.
So,
Yeah.
But no, let's stay on. Let's stay on after I bring the stream.
Oh yeah.
To a close. Absolutely. Oh, I like that. Yeah, Ronan the lead.
I'll finish up for the stream there because that's a good one.
Yeah.
We'll finish up for the live stream. As for the after stream.
Yeah,
the
after party or whatever. Yeah. Okay. Well, anyway, leave that up, Maxie. I'm gonna go ahead and switch over here.
Sure.
Before I do terminate it, I guess, Maxie, you want to talk about what we're going to do on Radio Chaos tomorrow?
Oh yeah. Okay.
Well, Maxie's not going to do anything because he's going to get whipped.
No, I'm not getting whipped. I'm going to be there, man. I just thought that you should have a go at interviewing somebody,
okay,
and then
cool.
somebody wasn't available. I thought, oh crap. I was starting you off on somebody that wasn't so intimidating. So.
Dankeschön.
Yeah, well, we're hoping to get Billy Blair on still. He just has a bit of a difficulty with Saturday afternoons. Basically, well, actually, no, I should let Just a Fan talk about the topic because it's his topic.
Oh dear.
Go for
it. So what's going to happen is I'm going to get burned at the stake.
No, you're not.
Well, that's the following week. That's the one you're going to get burned at the stake.
No, so I guess the thought here was, I know it's always been a topic that people like to discuss, the different, whether it's a quirk that they had with the film or something that they enjoyed from the manga that wasn't there, or maybe in the anime. There's all different, and like we were talking last week, there's so many different ways you could have gone.
Yeah.
So this isn't so much. I thought it was good to maybe split them into two. So you've got this one where it's, anything is game, and then whether it could be a critique or just something that a completely different tangent that you could go off on. So I thought, I don't know, it seemed like there's always people with opinions on things of what they would have done or things they liked, things they didn't like. And with the Snyder Cut gaining so much popularity and the drive behind that, it's like, well, if Rodriguez put an announcement out tomorrow that said, hey, I'm making a director's cut, I want some input, what would the feedback be?
I have a 20-page document that he can peruse.
Yeah, there's getting a lot of background noise there. Yeah, there we go.
Who's driving? That'd be Jeff.
Yes.
I hope not me.
It's got to be Jeff. He probably just finished work.
Yeah. Well, Jeff's always working. So. So.
Well,
Yeah.
yes. So tomorrow's episode that I'm hosting and Just a Fan will be guesting on, it's I find will be, how should I put it? For lack of a better term, like twice as interesting, mainly because of the Caligrita stream gave us so much insight,
Oh
not
yeah.
into how a movie is made in general, but how they would have liked to make the movie if, ironically enough, if time, money, and other factors, mergers, cough, cough, weren't a factor. So
Yeah.
Well, it's not just that. She's a big fan of AUs, so
Yeah.
I understand what she was talking about instinctively, because as a writer, you're always thinking about how can these. It's like cooking, you know. How can I change this up? How can I make it a bit different? How can something from some other point come in, and how would it affect the story? Like how would introducing chaos when she went to get the berserker body affect the story? How would it? I mean, you know, you look at the manga and you go, this is just an example. You look at the manga and you go, okay, it seemed a little bit perfunctory how she met Chaos and he suddenly fell in love with her and rah rah rah. It would have been cooler if they'd met before, so that there was some familiarity. And you could have had them meet when she went out to get the berserker body, and rather than him going back to Iron City, it was just a meeting, and then that would be a setup for a later movie where she goes out to the Badlands again and he's there again, but they know each other now. Maybe he saved her, like something fell on her and he pulled her out or something. You know, just some way that they were connected that wasn't so perfunctory. That just like, oh, I touched you and picked up the love from all these other people on you and fell in love with you. It's like,
well, one example that I'll go into more detail tomorrow is like you could almost call it a fan theory in a way, but I could imagine Chaos being motorball announcer that, you know, basically he was a fall guy from when due to Vector's death, all of his crimes became known, including his manipulation of motorball, and Chaos being one of the motorball announcers was like one of the fall guys, and that's what made him go into exile into the Badlands. And you could have that sort of backtrack connection to a leader as well.
Yeah,
because he would have been, he was been called, like he could have been the one that was calling the Alita's first one, or even just any one of Alita's matches when you come to think about it. But
Well,
yeah, like I said, I'll go into more detail tomorrow about it. But like it's like theories like that we'll be discussing tomorrow.
Yeah, so there's lots of scope. Anything that you can think of that could make, you know, spice it up a bit.
Yeah. So whereas like the one in, at least currently as scheduled 2 weeks from now, is more of a constructive critique without really changing the film per se. So this one is more broadband, and then the other one is more kind of nitpicky, if you will.
Absolutely. But yeah, that's what we have in store for everyone. Well, the fandom tomorrow, so tune in for that as well.
It's going to be a good stream, definitely.
I think so.
But yeah, if there's anybody listening who wants to guest on that, we've still got some slots. So if you want to get in, you've got an opinion, jump on and tell us what it is. We're interested in hearing.
Yeah. Okay, so anyway, yeah, it's going to be a good stream tomorrow. Looking forward to that one. Creaky will definitely be on it. I don't know if I'll be the stream manager or not, but I'm definitely going to be on it. At the very least, helping Tony, you know, with screen sharing and stuff like that. So anyway, I guess like we always like to do at the end of every stream, is we like to do our call to action. So that'll be on my count of 3. 1, 2, 3.
Bye.
Bye.